Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's Wednesday. The gaming world has just been on fire for the last week and a half or so. And once again, now that the Spider-Man hype has died down, and we're going to touch on a little Spider-Man later in the show. Don't worry, because I know everybody's got opinions on that game now that they beat it the last 2 days. Um, but the big news this week again is circled all the way back around to Xbox, and just like I said, just like we predicted, the gaming world was going to play Spider-Man for a few days, and then by Monday it's back to Xbox. Now we're here at Wednesday. We got plenty of news to talk about because Xbox once again was just absolutely fantastic. And the big news this week was Xbox's record-breaking $4 billion Q1 2024, mostly thanks to Starfield. And just to put things into perspective, Xbox made more in this last quarter than any other non-holiday period in the platform's 22-year history. So that just shows you that everybody who was trying to call Starfield a flop and Forza and Redfall, pretty much everything that came out within that window lately, we could thank for this success. And as you see here on screens, according to Satya Nadella, Starfield's launch since set the record for most Game Pass subscriptions added in one day. So we're going to get started with my man Sega Man, who literally just jumped in. Sega Man 101, how are you?
What's going on?
Hey, Sega Man, thank you for jumping in, man, because I got to ask you this. Did you, let me get your thoughts on this, man. Xbox quarter had a record-breaking quarter of $3.92 billion this quarter alone, right at mostly thanks to Starfield, but from that period of like July to September. So let me get your thoughts on the record-breaking quarter that since you're just jumping in, let me tell you, was their best quarter in this 22-year individual non-holiday quarter in its 22-year history. Sega Man. So we see Xbox doing big things already. Let me get your thoughts on that.
Man, I think it's great. I think it's really good. I never had no doubt in my mind that Xbox, to me, Xbox was always on top. But as far as the gaming community and the gaming streets, people thought they fell, after, the Xbox 360 era. And then they capitalized, with the Xbox One with TV, and TV, and, DRM and different things like that. And I think it was just a turnoff, a turnoff for people. And they just followed suit about what everybody was saying about Microsoft, and they left. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, honestly, to the panel, I knew they were going to come back. I mean, I knew that they were going to come back. Like I said before, all these companies, a lot of these companies sometimes make mistakes. You know what I mean? They made a mistake with certain things, but I always knew that Microsoft would always bounce back. And they listen to their consumers, and they listen, to the fan base of Xbox. And I think we helped, amongst the true gamers out there of Xbox, help put Xbox back on the map permanently, man. So yeah, I'm glad to see what I'm seeing here with the revenue.
Yeah, same there, Sega Man. And let me ask you this. While you're here. All right. So what do you think about a game like Starfield? Like, does this confirm that Starfield? I mean, Bethesda wasn't lying when they said Starfield was their biggest releasing company in history.
Yes, Bethesda. Bethesda has had those. What is it? The Elder Scrolls was very big for them. Fallout, the Fallout series, but Starfield is just the darling of the games right now. That's with all systems too. That's including PlayStation and Nintendo. It outshines all their games right now. Starfield is a star, and I don't see that going anywhere, man. It's a shining star. You know what I mean? And it's big. And look, they're making a TV series, right? So I mean, it's huge, bro, and it's a big, huge hit and a big win for Bethesda and Xbox and Microsoft right now, bro. There's no denying that.
Yeah, and here's the best part about that, Sega Man. That's going to even increase now that Activision is going to be included in these numbers in the future.
Oh, most definitely, man. And and like Phil came out and said, you kind of got to hand it to Phil. I mean, he likes being on a even playing field, and we know what's going on out here in these gaming streets, and I know Phil knows, but he just wants to be friendly, let everybody know that there's not going to be this parity and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Activision and Blizzard is ours at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, and
Hey, Sega man, first of all, I'm glad you're here, but you're always saying something that's too important. Like Satya said, what we have, and just like you said, they want to include everybody, but you got to watch Sneaky Phil because he's really punching them in the face.
He is.
Like Satya said, it's ours, just like you said. It's our stuff. Like one of Unlimited's friends, I'm sure he's going to mention them at one point, that one Sony pony that was trying to instruct the Sony fans to not buy Call of Duty because they'll be supporting us. Go ahead, take it away, Sega man.
Hey, hold on, Sega man. Smitty Smith, thank you for the $5. He said, "What's good, panel and chat? Didn't those punk mofos have the nerve and audacity to say we don't buy games?"
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
He's starting already.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Idea, everybody. We've always, as long as I've been gaming, and I know what the Sony community is like, we always supported and bought our games, man. I think we supported, to be honest with you, I think Sony booted the indie crowd and the indie developers. We embraced them. And I believe a lot of Xbox true gamers and players out there support the indies. And I think we support them heavily. And that's why it's really huge and big right now. And it's attracting these bigger companies to do the same by, putting their games on Game Pass. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm very happy for what Xbox is doing. And Starfield is it's an amazing, Todd and all them guys really hit it out of the ballpark, man. When it comes to gaming, they really did. And, it's a game you love to hate. and they're hating. They're still hating. And Xbox is having an excellent year. And actually for the generation, like I said,
Xbox. Sorry to cut you off, but
go ahead.
Let's take a look at their generation numbers. Because remember, the generation started in late 2020. So fiscal year Q4, we see that's where they started with regularly getting $3 billion or so per quarter, and then you see 2021 $15 billion, 2022 that's when they had that record-breaking $16 billion fiscal year. Last year they had 15.5, and this fiscal year it's already starting off with their best quarter yet, which is nearly $4 billion, Sega man. So I just wanted to add context of how the numbers are proving that this generation so far has been beyond, like Phil has been saying for a little while now, Sega man, how Xbox is making more, is doing better now than 360 days. I think we're starting to see it continue.
Yeah, I think you're on point with that, Unlimited. And like I said, it's only getting better. Like for this holiday season, I honestly, my prediction is that the Series S, the 1 terabyte with that Ultimate Game Pass is going to do gangbusters, man. I really believe that that's going to sell, and that's going to be probably the number one selling console for this holiday. Now I know there's people out there that might want that. There is people out there that's going to try to get a. There's going to be people in PS5s. I understand that, but I believe that Microsoft's Series S with that 1 terabyte, baby, with that 3 months of Ultimate Game Pass, I think that's going to pass everything up. I really do, because everybody's on a tight budget right now. We're all hurting. We're hurting bad. And this holiday season, I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to look that great. I'm just being honest. I don't think a lot of people are going to really buy much or anything, because people can hardly buy food and shit. So, I think for the money and the value, if the people have the money saved up, I believe that our Series X 1 terabyte, that with that beautiful black matte finish, is gonna do gangbusters, man. I really, especially with Starfield, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna do gangbusters, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm
sorry there, say, man, continue.
And I'm just, I'm very excited and happy for what's coming, down the pipeline for Xbox, man. The PlayStation is really, people need to really understand this, and I'm gonna land my plane, honestly. People really need to stop being in denial, okay? Sony as a company, the only thing keeping them afloat is PlayStation. They're in trouble. They're in big trouble, man. And the only thing that's really keeping them afloat right now is that Sony PlayStation.
If it's PlayStation, they're going out of business. I'm gonna look. Let me, what time is it?
Yeah.
6:10. Oh man, they're gonna be going out of business probably 6:11, 6:12.
But you know what? Others Inc. is right. I mean, it's the only thing right now that's keeping them alive, to be honest with you. So people need to stop saying that Xbox is dying or it's gone away, because it's not. These are juggernauts out here. Microsoft is not going anywhere. If somebody's going to go somewhere, just to be honest with you, it's going to be Sony. Microsoft is not going anywhere. The Xbox is going to be around, and it's going to stay around.
I'm sure we have space to elaborate on what's going on with Sony. You probably missed it, but it's some heavy stuff that landed this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, catch me up, because I'm out of the loop on that.
Oh, well,
we could keep going. We'll get into it. We can let the first lady, because she's so full of it. I want a back seat, man. So I could fall back and let her knock stuff out, and I'll fill in later.
Oh yeah, Dia? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I land my plane on that Unlimited. I'm just happy. I'm excited for what fans of Xbox are getting. You know, Starfield is a gangbuster hit. I'm loving it. I'm addicted to it. Like I said, I go back and forth from the Forza pill to the Starfield pill, back and forth, man. I'm having a lot of fun, and there's all these newer games that are coming in too in Game Pass that look phenomenal, man. So yeah, I think we're having a great generation with Xbox, and I just think it's just going to get better, man, better and better. Now it's going to be so good with Activision Blizzard, man. It's going to be so good, man. Maybe get some of those old school backward compatibility games. Maybe they could put from Activision in there. Yep. So yeah, I'm very happy Unlimited. So I land my plane, brother.
You got another one Unlimited at 6:10.
At 6:10. Oh, Smitty Smith with the 10. He said, they think these numbers are something now. Watch what happens in 2024. The Undertaker is preparing Sony's casket, and I will make sure I dance on it. The book.
Man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smitty Smith.
The Book of X is getting quite racy.
Go on ahead, Smitty Smith.
Yeah, man. I saw Smitty Smith getting salsa lessons last week preparing for this.
Oh boy.
Shouts out to Smitty Smith, man.
Yep.
Hey, before Dia take off, I found the first liar here. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, our boy Shisno Elite back there at 5:57 p.m. He caught him in a lie before the show started. He said, man, how amazing it is Forza Motorsport. I am hooked. And it's tied with Redfall for my game of the year. Hey, let everybody tell it. Forza Motorsport is garbage, dude. I was driving. Look, and of course I agree with Shisno Elite.
Hold on, wait. I'm backing up Shisno on this, because Forza Motorsport beat the series' previous day one player count by 300% when it released this month. So
you know what? I wrote that down. Shout out to. I found out from Deploy. Deploy said that in another chat. I screenshot that bad boy, and I found out from Deploy, because I don't know how I missed it, but that's why we have great people in the community.
Definitely.
And like, I think I'm a level 132 in Forza now. And
Damn.
Of course, Redfall. You know how much I like Redfall, but let people like Paris and Lily say it. Redfall shouldn't have been made. And like Shisno Elite and I said in plenty of other chats, dude, we loved the game the first time. We didn't need the 60 frames because it's not technically a shooter. Right. It's more like the game that's coming out this
Zinc.
week. Yes.
Zinc and the panel, Unlimited brother. Did you know that Paris Lily he's in Starfield, man? He's in Starfield. He's in Starfield. He's the one black dude, the bald head, that's on the eye.
Shit.
Oh, that
Vladimir.
Vanguard guy.
Yeah,
Man,
Vladimir.
that's Paris Lilly, bro.
Hey,
That's him, man.
don't say that too loud.
I guess he developed a Russian accent to hide from ponies.
Hey, don't say that too loud because I got.
They be like, hold on, what are you doing on Xbox? Who is this Paris Hilton?
Hey, I don't know who y'all talking about. Wilkins cussed me out about a week ago. He said, "Zink, you have to get off that one planet you've been on for 50 hours." It's like, dude, play the game.
Home there. He got a family. It's 2 generations past at this point.
All right, man.
And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The whole time Zink's just been on Earth.
Oh man.
Oh no, I kid. But Sega, man, you got anything else, man? Because that was fantastic.
No, I mean, like Forza, it's really, it's kind of a downer in a way, for some people. We're strong. We know what's going to be coming up when our games come out, but when all these people just want to ridicule every freaking game, that Xbox has, like the number one racing game on the planet, which is Forza Motorsport. None of those other games can hold a candle. Gran Turismo 7 cannot hold a candle to Forza Motorsport, bro. It just can't, man. I mean, they can damage control all they want. They know that Forza is the king of racing games. Period. Forza Horizon it's unbeatable. You know what I mean? And Forza Motorsport, I had no problems. I didn't see no problems with it. They want to talk about ray tracing and all this other bullshit. The game is freaking beautiful. It's a beautiful game. From day to night, it looks outstanding. It looks real as fuck. I'm telling you. I don't mean to cut, but it looks real as hell. From night to day, it looks real as hell, man. It's like, it looks real. I don't know how to explain to you guys. You guys played it, but it's phenomenal. You know what I mean? What they did with Forza Motorsport. And there's going to be, I know, probably things coming up more for the game. But man, it's the best racing game on the planet, man. I don't think there's no other game that can beat it, to be honest with you.
No, I'm with you there. I'm with you. Listen, Forza's biggest competition is Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport, and even then, they're two different branches of the same genre. One's more arcade and open world,
right?
One's more simulation and focusing on racing, racing on traditional tracks and stuff like that. So the Forza series is tackling the best of both worlds for our gaming needs, and nothing else does it. And here's the kicker: they somehow continue to innovate each game as well.
100%.
Yeah.
And people always try and divide Forza, like make them enemies. The pony bots do make Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport enemies. When the Turn 10 team, first of all, built those guys, then the cars that are in Horizon are built by Turn 10. They're using Turn 10's cars, dude. It's a collaborative effort. Will you settle down? And it's all Xbox anyway, so relax. And Dr. Vaca is a piece of shit at 616 saying Other Zinc technically has 50 hours on the start screen. That piece of shit.
That's a good one.
Oh man, hey Sega, man, that was fantastic, man.
Hey man, did you see real quick before our first day chat goes? Did you see that dude? What's his name? No, it's Alex making in front of the new PlayStation.
Oh no, I don't think I saw that one yet.
Yeah, he was making in front of it, not saying what's Sony doing and all this stuff like that, and people are giving him shit about it. But yeah, he's starting to get on the that new PlayStation coming out. Where you have to buy the disc drive if you want it.
Yeah, and it's always like that. Online.
Yeah, so yeah, now he's getting on. I just went through where it says, how it says gaming on YouTube, and I seen him. I said, "Oh, what's this dude talking about? He's talking about PlayStation now." So I checked it out real quick. Yeah, but he's clowning. He's clowning the new PlayStation, man.
Hey, listen, they deserve to be clowned. All right, but Daya, there.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, awesome stuff. Daya 4568. So the big news today, Daya, I think it was today, was that Xbox had its record best quarter ever of 9.2 3.92. So let's just round it up and say 4 billion for the
Right.
quarter. Mainly, a lot of it is credited to Starfield.
Mhm.
But Daya, this just shows how dominant Xbox has been this generation, right? Where even on their non-holiday quarter has been their best one yet, right?
Right.
And not only that, Daya, um, we see that this whole generation, it's just been success after success after success, and after what many would consider a bad year for Xbox last year, and I use that lightly, as personally I've been defending Xbox of having a far better year than people credit last year. We see that
Mhm.
that now that they got the games rolling, Daya, it's off to the presses. It's off. They're on fire. Listen, Daya, tell me, what do you think about this golden age of Xbox?
Well, what I like with the chart is that, again, numbers don't lie. People's narratives can be anything they want, but the numbers don't lie.
That's right, Dale.
So we're seeing hard evidence of the success of Game Pass, the success of the direction that Xbox is taking the whole company. And Satya is all in on this. So I think he sees the numbers, because again, Microsoft is not a charitable company, okay, for any of their divisions. I think that they all have to produce a profit. And
Mhm.
so I realized that, Zink was the first person I ever heard say that Xbox is still making a profit. It was Halo and Forza, I think it was, that had helped make that profit. It was first Halo though. And when we finally understood that once oh my gosh, Smitty. Go ahead and read Smitty.
Yeah, Smitty's put a 5, man. Where's Zink, man? What's climbing faster than Xbox success is Spider-Man's bugs. The book. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, Smitty.
Man, Smitty Smith's on fire, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, Smitty. Hey, Smitty, man. What's your Twitter, man? I gotta send you a link and get you on the show.
Yeah,
That would be
Smitty Smith.
great to
That'd
have
be
Smitty.
awesome to have Smitty Smith on a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But continue, Daya.
Yeah. So basically, when that was before I was with you guys, I think Zink said that he was saying that for a long time, actually, that Halo was the reason why you have everything else, because had Halo not been successful and made as much money as it did, they would not have survived the leaner years, if you will, so and we saw that was actually true when we realized that before ABK, Xbox had more profit than Sony. Keep that in mind. Before ABK was finalized, we didn't know if ABK would go through or not. I mean,
Right.
technically, so that's before ABK. So they were already profitable before that. I mean, just think about the number of studios they had, and we haven't really seen we haven't really gotten a lot back out of the first studios they took in yet. Ninja Theory hasn't put out their game yet. Compulsion hasn't put out their game yet. State of Decay, they still support their older game while they're working on the new one. But if you want to look at all of those studios, they haven't really put anything out new yet, because they had to basically start from scratch. They had to build up, they had to buy expand their studios, they had to buy animation studios and all this other stuff, motion capture, all of that, so that they can work. And then you have to factor in COVID. So with all of that, they have yet to produce, but we're going to be seeing that next year, right?
Yes.
But and I say that because we don't really know what their games are going to do just yet, how big Hellblade is going to be, or any of that. But what this shows me, if Starfield can do this much impact, and Starfield is not the biggest IP that Xbox owns. It's not the biggest. It's not the most popular, if you can believe it. It's a new IP. Like if it was Skyrim, I would believe that. But it's not Starfield, because it was a new IP, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Mhm.
So if this game can do that, and it's a new IP, it had no fan base following it around, and none of that. And people didn't know if it was going to be good or not. Bethesda was coming off of Fallout 76. It had a black eye from that game because of its launch, right?
Mhm.
This game did that. Just keep that in mind, everybody. This game did that. What do you think the other games down the road are going to do?
And you know what, dear, your people liked Todd Howard. I mean, most of the people actually bought it on the PC.
Yeah, they did.
Starfield.
Yep.
And if you think about it, of course, Minecraft is the #1 game.
Ever.
Halo is worth more than all of ZeniMax combined. Period.
Oh yeah.
And you know,
And we
so
got Gears.
and you know, and I'll read into that later. But I missed a great portion of the show because Mark Cerny zapped my everything over here. But anyway, go ahead. It sound like Deal was on a roll.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that basically I'm gonna condense this down so everybody understands what I'm trying to say. This is just the beginning. This was not their this is a powerful game. Starfield's a powerful game. I know what Bethesda can do, but it's an unknown IP. And this is what and under the scrutiny of the media trying to destroy it and everybody else, you know, who wanted to see the downfall of Starfield, think about the pressures that Starfield had to undergo. It took all those hits. It's not rated what it actually is. We all know it. It's not a 7 game. We know that.
Yep.
Just like we know Spider-Man is not no 9. Okay, it's just as equally the same. So Starfield took all of that. They tried to change the perception of Starfield. You still got some people because they never touched the game because, you know, if they're on PlayStation, they don't have it over there. So they're listening to the reviewers. They listen to what the reviewers are saying. Oh, it's a bad game. It's this. They will spin any narrative. Just like people believe that Halo Infinite was a bad game. We all know it wasn't. All you got to do is look at the scores. All you got to look at how it performed that year. Mm-hmm. They can get you to believe that the sky is red if you let them. Okay, that's what the media's job is to do as propagandists.
And dear, you're so right. And I've been wanting to say something about that for the longest time.
Can I sorry, Dea.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Okay.
Zink.
Okay.
Let me just point out something here, because the year of that record-breaking 16.2 billion, Q2 of 2022, which would be count December 2021, which what game released that month?
That was Halo.
Halo, yep.
Yeah.
That was their best quarter ever. Even better than the current one because it had the holiday sales, and Halo at nearly 5.5 billion. So I just want to add the numbers. Yeah, I just want to add the numbers into what Day is saying in this weird fictitious world where everybody pretends Halo was this massive failure.
Right.
Correct. And to corroborate what Day is expressing, dude, Xbox has had to go against all of the odds. Everybody hated Redfield unanimously. The media hated Redfall, but Redfall, Matt Booty, everybody missed this when he was talking to Jeff Grubb on that couch.
Sorry to cut you off again. Adidas 20 for the $20. Thank you for the super chat. He said, and kind of funny guy got mad at me and Asante for
on Asante.
On Asante show for calling him a pony. He claims Spider-Man have no bugs and Madbot's clowning them with the bug videos. Lots of bad apples in the batch now. In a rocky period. Paris pun there. Great pun to batch. Yeah, great comment there, Adidas. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot of
Unlimited. Let me go off on Adidas 20. Okay. I heard about that, so I was alerted to this. So I had to listen to it. I was forced by some of my boys because this dude they brought up my name. I wasn't even in the comments section. I didn't even know the show was going on. So I had to listen to it, and I was able to see the comments. And Adidas 20 was ruthless, and that's what I was about to. And what really happened was Paris went off, and this is exactly what happened. To me years ago that Paris ultimately denied, but it was all in the chat. So it's there to see. It's archived if they didn't erase that show. But Paris complained that he said, if the chat is just going to go off on me like this, then I'm just going to leave the show. And Kay Asante said, no, we'll start booting people. Hey, and then so Gaz jumped in and he was like, I'm looking at the chat and nobody said anything egregious. That's exactly what happened. And I told that to the one guy. I said, hey, look, he said, if you're going to keep talking about Paris like that, I don't want you in the comment section. And I said, read the chat. I didn't say anything derogatory to him. I just disagreed with him, and that's what they were doing. But they were going in, you know. So that's what I was about to say about Dia here. I'm extremely proud of Xbox, just like I was about to say about Matt Booty. He said Redfall made its numbers, and if you look, couldn't find those Redfall controllers anywhere. They were all bought up. They made their numbers.
they had to have
You know,
sold out because I never found those things.
well, dear, realistically, Unlimited bought half of them
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
over there raising gas prices on everybody, so he had the extra money. But you know, and then you go to Halo. Everybody hated Halo afterwards, but Halo continued to stay in the top 25 for 2 freaking years. You know, it'll be 2 years in December. You know, and then your game, dear, Starfield. Everybody, the game almost went down to a 70 something.
I know.
But yet everybody bought the game and
They didn't
everybody's
care.
playing the game, you
Yeah.
know. So against all odds, they're achieving everything because people are playing the games. They're not listening to this 4% that's the mainstream media. But again, one more time, I want to shout out. I think Wilkins was in there showing out in the chat too, but it was some Xbox people going in. They wouldn't falling for the banana in the
Shouts out to them.
Man, those jokers wouldn't play in no games, man.
Yes.
And you know, that's the one thing that I'm proud of. People have a mind of their own. And these people in the mainstream media, they think they're intelligent. I know I'm a smart guy, but I'm not the smartest guy in our damn chat. Okay, you know, it's some smart people out here. That's why I always say I represent the chat. Unlimited is a piece of shit accountant. I had to go to the accounting lab in order to damn graduate. I would have my master's, but I wouldn't take any more accounting classes. Fuck that. Okay, so you know, get the hell out of here. But they disrespect people and their intelligence. You know, that's one of the reasons he don't like me, because I won't stand for his bullshit. But anyway, go ahead, dear. You killing it tonight.
Okay, so I'll wrap it up. You know, what I wanted you guys to know is that despite all of that pressure that Starfield went through, a new IP, it was, you know, the media went down hard on it. I mean, I've never seen them hurt an Xbox title as bad as this one. From the position that it was in, it was the best, in my opinion, that a Bethesda game can release. You just never going to have a Bethesda game have no bugs because it's just too many systems. And I've tried to tell people that over and over again. It's the number of systems that Bethesda put in their games. There's so many different things that are working in the background that it makes it easy for a bug to show up. That's just how it is. But for this game to launch the way it did, to look the way it did, to play the way it did, it took concepts and ideas from other games and improved on it. Little things people complain about. Oh, I could use a map for the city. Wait, a modder will do that for you. That doesn't mean the game deserves to be a 7. You know? So it's all of those things that Starfield pushed through. If this game can do that, guess what? The Call of Duties can do that. The next Overwatch release, once Phil and his team and all that get Blizzard and all that stuff up and running, and these people are on the same page with the rest of the studios, it's going to be excellence just constantly through. Once they clean up ABK, the teams over there, because I know it was a lot of stuff over there under Bobby Kotick. Once they clean that up, that's not cleaned up yet. So, but once they do that, the sky's the limit. So what I've learned is that the media, they have destroyed, they've spent all their capital on Starfield. In my opinion, I think they spent it all up on Starfield. By the time Forza came out, nobody really, feels that Forza is a bad game. Notice that they tried to who?
D Batch got into it with Dirt and talking about how the Forza need to fix their shit. And here I am driving this damn game. It's wet outside. It looked like it's around my mother's house because all the trees are changing colors and everything. I'm looking at that. I'm like, dude, this is Forza out here. I wanted to start speeding on a 20-mile-an-hour street.
D Batch wants Xbox to be PlayStation or whatever. And they say he's a PC guy. Why is he so deep in the console wars if he's a PC guy? I don't want to look. People can't say anything about me because I am in the ecosystem. I'm in Game Pass and I own a console. I have
your
the
PC
right
is a
to
9090.
No, it's not as high now. You know how computers are. Every year is outdated. You know,
The Sega man said you have a 90/90. He said he saw it.
forever, huh? 90/90.
I didn't say that.
But my point is, I'm invested in the ecosystem because I put my money where my mouth is. D-Batch hasn't done that. I bet you he doesn't own no Xbox. I don't think I don't even think he cares about an Xbox. And it's from the way he talks, he just sounds like a pony fan to me. You know, so I just wish he would just, if he's a PC guy, stick with PC then. You'll get all the graphics and everything you want over there. You don't need to pick on a third place console. I mean, why are you bothering with that? You know, so I mean, you don't have to buy their games. I don't buy PlayStation games unless something appeals to me. And so far nothing has, you know. So I don't own a PlayStation. I choose not to do that, you know. So he can easily do the same thing. I'm sorry, that D-Batch is getting on my nerves. He just came out of the closet and now he just won't go back in. I want the man back in the closet. Shut up, you know. Goodness. But anyway, you know, let me wrap this up. I'm so sorry. This stress I was wrong with it. But yeah, I just wanted to say, guys, that the future is bright for Xbox. And what I try to do is point out everything that shows you that Microsoft has gotten to a point now that not even the media can take them down or their games. Mm-hmm. You know, if we don't let it, keep fighting that good fight to make sure that the truth gets out there. Because if we don't say anything, if we say nothing, we let those narratives go out there, people will think of these games like they did Halo Infinite. There are people who think that game launched bad and broken because of those narratives. Do not let them have that. Okay, I'm done.
Excellent, fantastic there, Day. Adidas 020 with the 5 said, "Yeah, Zink, I heard your name, and on Starfield, Paris did not have the same energy. That's when I addressed them and add D-Bats to that list."
Can you hear me, fellas?
Yeah,
yes,
hey, Tuck. Yes, I'm glad you're back. Hey, so Tuck.
Yeah, Adidas is right too, man. That was something else, man.
Unlimited brother, and my family, my Xbox family. I got to get back to work. Is there anything else you want to ask me real quick?
Man, I'm glad you pulled up, man. I like to hear you come in the show.
Me too, Sega man. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, Sega. Yeah, it's always great to have you, man.
All right, hey, you know what? You guys have a good show, man. This morning, before I go real quick, I introduced the Exile back. You know what I mean? I put it up on the screen. You know, everything. I did it real early in the morning, like 7 in the morning, just doing a test run on the StreamYard. You know, just saying that it'll be back soon. You know, so I made a little thing for it on there so we can have E-Rock run the show again. Be back on my channel sometimes, and then if Unlimited can do some things too, he will too. But the Exile is back, and we're gonna plan in the background and talk to E-Rock, try to get a hold of E-Rock maybe sometime on the weekend, you know, and talk to him and say, hey man, it's up. So if you want to do a show, let's do a test run show, start it all over again, and we'll see where we go from there with everybody, with Dea, everybody, Zink, everybody, just like it was before. We're going to see how it goes. All right.
Awesome.
And Shaking Man, one thing I do I like that logo that you put up there too.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother Tuck. But you know what? My Xbox family, have a great show. Unlimited. You're always on fire, man. You're always on point, man. Have a great show, guys, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Hey, thank you, man. You know, it's
peace, brothers.
To see you.
Peace, Dale.
Yeah, so Tuck Master.
Yes.
Yeah, so it came out the other day that Xbox had a record-breaking quarter, nearly $4 billion, mostly thanks to Starfield. So let me get your thoughts on Xbox best non-holiday quarter and how they're just breaking records and how they're dominating. Listen, this is another metric, Tuck, where Xbox is dominating at. That shows that once again the standard of console sales just don't mean anything anymore. Let me get your thoughts on Xbox success.
Wait a second, my wife's coming. My wife's coming right now. Wait. Yes, baby.
All right. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. Well, while Tuck is occupied,
Okay.
I'll fill in for a second, and
Okay.
it's like what you were going on, like what we were talking about before I got clicked out of here, and also referencing you as well. And Satya talking about Unlimited brought up the nice quarterly earnings that they had. It's kind of
My
like
bad,
Halo
fellas.
2. You
My bad.
backed up. It's
Go
kind
ahead.
of like it's kind of like Halo 2. You know, the whole situation with this week is like Halo 2. When you had the Master Chief in the beginning, he was getting praised, and on the other end, the enemy, the Arbiter, was getting ridiculed, and he was about to, become the Arbiter because he had failed. He couldn't stop the Master Chief, from destroying their plans, the Prophet's plans, right? So here you have on this end, Satya Nadella is praising what's going on over here with
Mm-hmm.
the Activision acquisition, and he's
Right.
saying it brings significant depth to the portfolio, bringing 13 plus billion-dollar franchises to the and this is to their arsenal. And here's where Destin got caught up, and he couldn't mention any names. He could only say they brought billion-dollar franchises to the portfolio, but Destin didn't want to mention Candy Crush,
Exactly.
Diablo,
Yeah.
Halo, and then Satya Nadella said all the way to World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls, and Gears. See, he didn't want to say those things because people like to say Halo, Gears, and Forza, but they don't understand Halo, Gears, and Forza, along with Xbox Live back then, was a foundation. The Sears Tower would not stand this long if the foundation wasn't proper. Then you build up on that foundation. Sony doesn't have a foundation. That's why they're falling apart. And this is where we come in with the Halo 2 um, analogy where the Master Chief is being praised, where Satya is praised in the Xbox division, and on the other side, Sony is letting go of one of their prominent forces, and that one lady, what's her name? Connie Booth, that
Yeah. Yeah.
what's the God of War creator's name? David Jaffe was praising for years, saying that Xbox needed, bruh. We don't need her. Okay, she was the producer of single player games. Hey, we don't want one and dones over here. Okay, like
Well,
I
you
like
want
I
some. You don't want one type of game. You want variety. So you want some. You just don't want everything to be one of those.
I'll agree with that. But at the same time, like me, I spent 50 plus hours on one planet.
Yeah, yeah.
E-Rock
And
cussed me out.
also keep in mind that Hellblade 2 is going to be one of those type of games. So.
That's fine. But those games you can't build your future on.
No,
Halo,
no, it
Halo
should not.
carried Halo. We wouldn't have Xbox if Microsoft didn't buy Bungie in the 90s. We wouldn't have one. We wouldn't
Agreed.
have it because Xbox carried everything to this point
Agreed.
till Xbox One, and then you have games. Then Phil Spencer stole Gears. Then along the way they built Forza. They were slowly building Forza to compete with Gran Turismo. Then Forza toppled Gran Turismo at E3 2011 in front of everyone with Forza Motorsport 4. And then Phil stole Gears in 2013 or 2014 from Epic when Epic was failing. And you have this pillar. And then here comes, um, what's the game? Sea of Thieves, where Shishno Elite and I were the only two that read what Rare said. Hey, we're going to build this game how the way you play it, and nobody read that but Shishno Elite and I. And that's exactly what they did. And that's what we have today. Another potential pillar of the
Mm-hmm.
Xbox community. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So this is how you build a force. And Sony doesn't have a force. So they have all of these layoffs going back to Connie Booth. And when the Arbiter became the Arbiter because he failed in Halo 2 to stop before Halo 2 to stop the Master Chief. That's how Halo 2 opened. And here we are today. It's the same thing. We're happy over here. Meanwhile, Sony is experiencing many layoffs all over the place, and the media isn't saying anything about it.
They're
Oh,
dead silent. And
and
what
the
I
other thing,
And
I'm gonna add another thing to that too, y'all. As right now, Forza Motorsports 5 got over 34 million people playing it.
Yeah, that's Forza Horizon.
That's Forza Horizon, right?
So that's what I'm talking about, Horizon.
Yeah.
5. So, hey, these opponents can sit there and talk all that noise all they want to, but the service is working. And like y'all said, it's not about console wars no more. It's about services now. And Sony don't have not one service out there that they can call their own right now.
Well, they have a service, it just don't work.
Let me get in on this real quick. Hold on for a minute. Hold on, Tuck. Coco Fiend 93. This is an excellent point. What's good, panel and chat? Hello, Coco Fiend. Blessing to all. I just want to add, Pony's paying attention to Xbox, but they better watch out for Nintendo too. And I say yes, they're getting it from the front and the back. They're being flanked, and they don't even see it coming.
That was a great point. I was trying to find that. I haven't seen Coco Fiend. Shout out to you, dude. Excellent read, dear.
Excellent read.
And he's exactly right. And here's the thing about Nintendo that people, I say this and people don't hear me. The market demographic for Nintendo is 12 and under. So they're going to sell every single Mario game, every single Zelda game, and every little game like that because it's a guaranteed purchase for everyone 12 and under. Everyone, and it's a safe bet. It's a safe thing for parents to buy. And yes, I know it's people my age that are diehard Nintendo fans, but it's damn near 1%.
It's way more younger people. Yes,
it is 100%.
Yes.
And they even said that. And also, one of the Nintendo bosses said, "Hey, we make 61% of our profit from the fourth quarter, the holiday season, in the United States." Period. And I try to tell people that the United States is responsible for 2/3 of all goods and services sold through to consumers. We have an open and free market. China has more people, but it's a communist organization. Everyone can't buy the same things over there. Yeah, you have a lot of people, but you're not allowed to buy this or that on a free will purposes out there. You just can't do it. But hey, Sony they're being squeezed out on a slow side, and people just don't see it. But that's okay. We'll be here because there's many rebels in the chat. And Dia, welcome to being a rebel because you going off. Continue. Go ahead.
But I tell you right now,
that was tough. Yeah.
I tell you right now, they better hope that Nintendo and Microsoft don't join alliance to each other. That's what they better hope.
Actually, Nintendo did say something about they're very good friends with Microsoft or Xbox.
Yeah, and if they do that, shoot, they go put
let me close that out. It's like people saying, you remember this panel in chat? People were saying Microsoft needs Sony to sell. Phil Spencer said, no, we don't. And Dia's favorite game, Starfield, proved that. They don't need Sony. So now enter Call of Duty. Do we need Sony? No, because Phil Spencer just gave 10 years of rights to Call of Duty to Nintendo. That is a direct competitor. They'll make up those sales. Then they gave them to NVIDIA and other services. So everyone, and to the PC, everybody is going to have Call of Duty. So it's going to be watered down. And this is why you're experiencing these layoffs. I said this a long time ago. Phil, I said, what's his name?
Zink, can you hold that thought for 1 second?
Go ahead.
Let me read the super chats here.
Get it.
Smitty Smith for 5. With all the facts saying Xbox had record sales and subscriptions, watch the smooth brain cross-eyed pony say it's a lie, the Book of X. And then I'm going to jump down to Adidas 20 for the 5. He says, I can't pop that up because that's under unlimited, but I'll read it. Destin,
Okay.
D-Batch, Lore Addict, Ryan, and Paris are all ponies. I don't rock with them. I hear that.
Hey, you know something? Well, okay, hold on. So people don't get mad at Adidas 20. Addict said today.
Hello?
You
Oh,
there?
there you go.
We
Okay,
can
there
hear
you
you.
go.
Hey, so going
Yeah,
off of what
oh, sorry about that. Zink.
I just
we
read the
read
super chats. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I was going to add to a super chat saying that they're saying worse, Smitty. They're saying Xbox should be third party now and put their games on Nintendo and PlayStation.
I could do better. And Attic is 50-50, but Attic said today, he said something about Xbox. He said something about Game Pass. He said, do you think Game Pass is, would Microsoft let go of Game Pass if they could? Bruh, Game Pass makes more than $300 million a month. What are you asking? I've never heard a dumber question in my life. You're making $300 million plus per month, and you want to get rid of that? And then there's a waiting list of developers that want to put their game onto Game Pass. Are you kidding? No. And then they say, well, it's about 30. No. It's near 40. They just showed a graph. Unlimited, you had the graph up maybe about a month ago. And if you read it, it's either at 40 or right near 40 or over 40 million Game Pass subscribers. And I think that was a court document also. Yep. So, hey, dude, people could try and sugarcoat this all they want. Xbox has developed a bomb and it's over. So it's we're just waiting around. But go ahead, dear, and everybody.
No, that was Tuck who was speaking before.
Oh, and then we had, and then I'm going to add this to you, okay? Then we had this fool today talk about, he was on did a video today talking about, oh, we don't need Call of Duty. We need to turn around and ban Call of Duty from PlayStation. I'm like, go ahead. You think Xbox needs y'all?
Hey, Tuck, Call of Duty is the reason they're having these layoffs. Hey, Unlimited, of course, could attest to this. If you are losing $800 million to your bottom line a year, that's an enormous loss. You can't cover that.
No.
You have to find a replacement to get that kind of money back. They don't have it. So you have to start cutting things in order to make up that cost.
Yeah, hey, Tuck. It's pretty clear that these PlayStation guys want Sony to die as well if they want Call of Duty banned, because that's been their biggest moneymaker. Jim Ryan literally told courts that they won't be able to survive without Call of Duty, and PlayStation fans are like, yeah, go ahead and take Call of Duty away, Xbox. Yeah, say you're gonna make people like Ramo happy. Say bye-bye to Sony even faster with that nonsense.
Hell yeah. Hey, that'll save Dia's favorite Ramo a call in the morning. He every morning, hey, is Sony out of business yet? I'm like, no, man, not yet.
And I mean, and this is the strangest thing. These ponies really think that Spider-Man is gonna save them.
No.
That is black. I'm like, y'all, you only got one game that came out this year, and it's what, 2.5 million. And I said, like, this is in 24 hours. I said, now let's see how it does in the long run. And like, and what did you say to Ultimate? You said it probably do 5 million. Is that what you said? It probably do for like 5 million.
Maybe after its completion, I guess.
I say less than 5 million. If people hear about all these bugs and how short it is and all that stuff,
Sony did. They did 2.5 million.
They did 2 point. That was on the first day, though. That was
on the first day.
That's within 24 hours. I was here now. I don't even go do 5. I think when people find out with all these bugs and all that stuff come out, that's it. That game's a wash.
It's Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, since it's Spider-Man, everyone that buys a new PlayStation this Christmas will mandatorily have Spider-Man.
Yep.
So exactly. Spider-Man will eventually get to 10 million or whatever quickly, and it's going to be a pack-in, so it's automatically going to get there. So it'll eventually get. It's their number one. Hey, Tuck, here's something that you can answer yourself. What that we always do. What other game are they going to buy this holiday season, Tuck?
This is the last year they're packing Call of Duty with PlayStations.
100%. After they buy Call of Duty, Madden, basketball or soccer is Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is coming packed in. And here's what I wanted to say. Along with Connie Booth being fired and her team, um, Bungie had layoffs from Sony. Naughty Dog had layoffs with Sony. Media
Matter of fact, Bungie being
Molecule
sued
just
right now, they
what's that?
Bungie being sued right now.
Yeah, I heard
they
about
are.
that.
I'm telling you now, Bungie doesn't last past 2 years. I
Hey,
think they out of
one
there.
more, dear. Media Molecule laid off 20% of their people too. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
they did.
Yeah, Bungie's out of there. I just say they got 1 foot out the door. I know how Bungie is. They skittish as it is, so I don't think they're gonna last longer than 2 years.
I agree. But I'm telling you right now, out of zinc, let me tell you, man. Don't get me wrong, I understand what you're saying. But the first initial hit, that's gonna be it for Sony. You know,
Oh, 100%.
$70. You know, man, $70 is $70, man.
Hey, Dr. Vodka,
And you talk about a buggy game.
Tuck,
And they
Tuck,
might
you
not
have a
even
point.
And I'm telling you, they might not even do good sales on that Spider-Man PlayStation either.
Hey, Tuck, you have a point.
People can always take their sales back. Because what is the whole point of you buying a Spider-Man game if it's buggy? If it's
Hey,
buggy. I mean,
hey.
I'm telling you the truth.
Hey, Tuck, listen.
$70?
Hey, Tuck, Dr. Vodka answered some of your question. He said 1.5 million would be trading in at GameStop by next Saturday.
It's so true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
He ain't joking. That's actually true. They're gonna trade that stuff if it ain't
And-
already being traded.
And I already know y'all heard about the Slim already, about the Slim, what they gonna do with the DVD.
Yep.
You got to have an internet connection for that DVD.
What? When?
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute, I missed that. What?
Yeah, you gotta have a yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad to see Ultimate bring that up. Yeah, you gotta have an internet connection.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Where's that screaming about DRM? Where's that?
That's
at?
exactly what it was, dear. Hey, dear, I would appreciate it if you get your cross back because you're a little bit too ruthless. But yeah, it's an article that it's DRM with this DVD attachment. And Addict said, I could see why they want to protect their service there. I could see it. Nobody said that when Microsoft was trying to allow us to buy one game in 2013 and share with 9 people. DRM was a detriment back then, right? Angry Joe, you piece of shit. You know, everybody was against DRM then, but now all of a sudden, a DRM DVD player. Really, bro?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
And shout out to Metal Face Doom. He agrees with Dia also. Bungie is going to cut ties.
Now, this is the strangest thing.
Hold
I want
on for a
everybody
minute,
to
Tuck.
remember this.
Tuck, hold on
I
for a
want
minute. We
everybody
got a
to
super
remember
chat. We got a super chat there.
Yeah, hey Adidas, thank you for the $2. He said ponies are quiet about the new haptic kickstand.
Yeah, hey. Hey, dude, I can't stand that. I like the community so much, dude. I mean,
Man,
everybody, the community, everybody,
comedians
not
in the
only the
chat,
people
man.
in the chat, but it's rebels out there, man, that they are not allowing the media to skate by this.
No,
They're
they're
just
not.
not. They're attacking everyone, and I was so happy to see things like that. I mean, what's right is right, man. You know, you're not being fair here, and it's showing. It's really showing in a big way now. But go ahead, guys.
Now let me ask y'all this, okay? And I want to ask everybody a question about this. You remember a couple years ago, well, a long time ago, when the 360 first came out, they had their own little disk drive that you connect to the Xbox.
Yeah, that was a hard drive. That's the one time I was mad at them for
Well,
doing
let me
that.
ask you this. See, when Sony does it, it's okay. But when Microsoft did it, that's just another doggone thing that they want people to spend money on. What do you think that Sony wants you to do? I mean, I bought the disc drive for the movies. It was just so bad that Blu-ray beat it out, but I bought the CD player.
HD DVD drive. I bought that thing too.
Yeah, I bought it too.
Hey, you win some and lose some.
Yeah, but the thing with now, so Sony's doing it, everything's okay.
Yeah,
But
it's
now,
like Jez said, like Jez Corden said, he really don't care about bugs. Really? That's not what he said about Redfall. You know, everybody seemed to gloss over that, and then it's still. I don't know this, but I heard from a lot of even us and other people how many bugs Jedi Survivor had. But we're going to brush over that game of the year.
And they didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not a person that holds a game back from bugs because I wouldn't have played Redfall. I wouldn't have played. You know, I honestly didn't run into that many bugs in Starfield. Honestly, that's the least buggiest game I played all year, if you can believe it. That game didn't have a lot of bugs for me. I just had the eyeball bug and some creature on a planet was stuck in a rock, but that's the worst I ever got in the game. I think the one time Sarah, she was on a table or something like that, but that was it. Like
that's the one I got.
That's Sarah, the one you got. Okay,
she was moonwalking on that.
Yeah, table. On the table. Yeah, but that's the worst I got. I mean, I didn't get no crashes. I didn't get it. I'm telling you, this is the least buggy, but that's the game I have ever played.
I never seen that.
Yeah,
it was more bugs for me in Redfall than it was in Starfield. For me, you know.
I had 6 bugs in Redfall, but when I was in Starfield and when Sarah moonwalked on that table, I went right back to that one planet where Wilkins cussed me out for spending 50 hours on.
Yeah, it's not nothing. They were funny, and that's the whole point. It's kind of to Bethesda. People kind of expect those things because we laugh at them and stuff, and people look back at Skyrim's bugs and laugh to this day and just have good memories about them. Nobody ever held the game hostage because of that, because we understood it was a good game underneath, just like Redfall was a good game underneath. I'm sure Spider-Man is a good game underneath. I don't doubt Insomniac's talent, you know what I'm saying? But
hey guys, hold on, let me get you, Dia.
They had game-breaking bugs, which changes that wasn't the case with.
Hey, Dia, no, Dia, I'm not letting you know what?
You don't think Insomniac is a good developer?
Did you play Resistance?
No, I didn't play that.
I know you didn't. I played Resistance 1, beat it, 2 and 3, beat all 3 of them. My boys that I PlayStation.
You think Insomniac is a bad development team?
I'm not saying they're a bad developer, but Spider-Man makes them great. And if it weren't for people like you, Unlimited, Ramo, that really like that, what's that one game that Spider-Man got its engine from?
Sunset Overdrive.
Overdrive. If it weren't for you guys loving Sunset Overdrive so much, I would say they're very mediocre. But since so many of my friends like that game, because I deleted the free copy of that game. I hated that game. But just like sometimes Shisno Elite will like a game, but I respect him enough. So like, hey, it might be a good game. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna back away. But for them to get the praises of a Bungie, of a Turn 10, of a,
I agree.
The GTA people, Rockstar, their Insomniac is not that, because Spider-Man is powerful enough.
I agree.
To carry your name. And look at it this way, Dia. Check this one out. If you look at Spider-Man, Spider-Man is a remaster with Queen's DLC.
I'm sorry. Long live the Black Mama said. Got Spider-Man out here turning into a cube.
Bruh. Hey, who said that?
Long live the Black Mama.
Hey, long live the Black Mama. We need to have a spaces about Dia. We might have to kick Dia out of here because she's telling me how great Insomniac is, and they have a cube game as Spider-Man.
It's a difference from a bad team than from a good team.
Hey, but Dia, did you see that?
But I would say Google Poll has what I meant at 802 is that Insomniac is overrated. That's what I think. I think
hey, Dia, hold on. Let's get back to long live.
Bad team though.
So hey, Dia, long live. Let's get back to long live the Black Mama. Forget Google Poll. Forget him.
What?
Hey,
You forget Gogo Paul.
and you know Gogo Paul is my dog. Hey, but forget him. He on some bullshit right now. Let's get back to Long Live the Black Mamba. Did you see it when Spider-Man turned into that cube?
I didn't
deal?
see him turn into the darn cube.
Hey, Unlimited, kick her off the show. Dear, when you see that,
I saw him like phased into somebody or something.
no,
or whatever.
no, dear. Spider-Man is a white cube.
What? How can you
Yep.
get a bug like that? What is that? He turned into
Yeah,
a
they got
cube.
him.
Is
Hey,
that like
dear.
a
Hey, dear,
early
it's
elementary
people like you that's covering up for Insomniac. That's why they're allowed to play
God.
Spider-Man as a cube.
Oh my God. What? Oh my
Yes.
God.
So,
This game is supposed to be a 91. Oh
Hey,
my God.
Hey, Unlimited. How about remember when they were dogging out
that?
Halo?
oh, look at him with the wings on.
What is the cube got wings?
Hey, Unlimited, way to call out Dia. See, hey, and here I am. I'm gonna call myself out. I'm over here saying, hey, Tuck. Tuck. Dia have this one friend. Her name is Xena,
Oh
and I
my-
say, hey, Xena and Dia are both perfect. The rest of us ain't shit. Hey, I
Man.
think I'm gonna have to rethink that about Dia. Hey, Unlimited, look at that cube. Way to bust out, Unlimited. Look at that cube. Oh, the cube can fight too. Hey,
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, I'm like, you gonna cover that up? How the hell do you cover that up?
hey,
You know what you hit with that cube.
hey, dear.
Wow.
And
That's
see,
crazy.
and people like D Batch said that Xbox guys are trying to force the game to malfunction.
What?
Bruh.
How
I
can
think
you
we trying to force the
wings?
game to malfunction.
Yeah, and here's the kicker. I thought the comments in this video were justified. They're all saying that it happened to them multiple times. This happened to me multiple times in my playthrough. I had to reload a couple checkpoints 2 times already because of this bugs. So this isn't just some just a one time happen.
Oh,
This
that's
is
a
a
trip.
legit bug.
Hey, so I want to ask y'all a question. Do you guys, okay, first of all, hey, do you guys think Dia is telling us the truth that she didn't see that cube? Is she trying to cover for Insomniac saying they great? What is it?
Sorry, I didn't see no cube.
Oh,
With no wings.
Hey, show his clip. He talked about it real bad.
Hey, man, and you know, see, Unlimited ain't shit. I don't believe you called Dia out like that. That ain't right,
man.
dude.
I'm hurting from laughing too hard. Oh my God.
Hey, man, I don't like Unlimited for doing that, dude. You didn't have to do that in public. Just like, hey, Dia didn't see it, so let's show it to her.
Hey, Unlimited.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Unlimited, you forced me to buy a game today, and that's that damn Mirage game.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Hey, we don't want to talk about that yet, Tuck. We got to stick with Spider-Man. We got to stick to some garbage.
I mean, we're gonna stick with Spider-Man, but I'm just letting you know that hey, you gotta be buying that game, man. I love that game, man. I love
Yeah,
it.
so do I. Hey, Smitty Smith with the
Smitty Smith ain't
the
shit.
$5. He said, if Insomniac was smart, they would sell a compilation of the Spider-Man bugs. Profit would skyrocket.
I pay for
Hey, let me tell you how ain't shit Smitty Smith is. You remember when they said, hey, what they wanted Microsoft to sell that Craig t-shirt? Hey, let's get this cube thing going.
Yeah. Spider cube.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying? We don't forget nothing in the chat, boy. That's why I represent the people.
Man, I'm crying.
Hey, Addison.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you right now, if people start turning that game in right off the bat, and people are already onto this mess, and they don't do no more sales, Sony definitely done then. They definitely done.
Well, Tuck, you know what? I understand exactly what you're saying because this is going to fester. The more people see of this, then people may not want this. But there will be a Spider-Man contingent that will buy this game at the holiday season. But after that, you'll see a sharp decline.
They won't.
Yeah.
Guarantee you that.
Man,
Not as bad as the
this
economy is right now, they won't do it. I guarantee you that.
Oh, Deploy just pulled up.
$70 for a game that is short as hell. A $70
Agreed.
a $70 game that got all kind of bugs. Got a cube. Man, please. I mean, I understand what you're saying though too, but hey, dude, I'm telling you, people know that damn dumb. I mean, you know, if they that doggone dumb to buy that little cube Spider-Man,
yeah,
so be it. But hey,
yeah,
I'm telling you, man, the Xbox got it going on, and that's all it is to it. The ponies don't like it; they never will like it, and they might as well got to join the facts. You know, I be talking to people every doggone day at work. Oh, they changing their tune now. I said, yeah, better change your tune. Hell, got that damn Spider-Man. It look like a damn what you call that? What you call that one with a Rex cube? No, it's like a sugar cube.
Yeah, that's what somebody said in the chat. Sugar cube.
Now, let me ask you guys this question: why do you think Sony put that game out in that state?
Oh, hold on. Hold that thought.
Oh,
hold that thought
you lucky. You saved it. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold that thought. Save that question just for a second there, Dea. Because let me speak on something real quick, and then we're going to move on to that topic. Because I want to play that video. I want to play that video from the amazing Lucas. All right. So, but yeah, so the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, let me play that video.
Well, while you find it, hey, Deploy,
no,
what's up?
I already had the video. I'm just
like Olivia said. Like I said, when he started talking that noise.
Yeah, his resident pony, the amazing Lucas from Telling the Truth in his life.
I've looked.
Y'all can hear it, right?
Yes, sir.
Reviews of this game, and not once, not a single damn time, did I hear a reviewer tell me this game has bugs. Not once. Everyone was saying this is the greatest Spider-Man game ever. Oh, it's perfect, it's flawless, it's amazing, yada, yada, yada. I didn't hear not one reviewer tell me this game has bugs. And I think that is disgusting. I think that's evil. I think that's wicked. Because you're hyping people up for an experience that's not the real experience. This game is buggy hell, okay? And I'm not talking about like, because if you've ever done play testing, you understand there's tiers to the bugs. There are game-breaking bugs which need to be addressed immediately, and there's less, there's less serious or critical bugs where it's like, we can still ship with that, right? We can ship with a bug like that. It's not game-breaking. There are game-breaking bugs in this game, okay? I defy you to play the game without experiencing any bugs. This is beyond unacceptable. I know I've used that word countless times, but it needs to be said. This is a no-no. This is disgusting. This is the first time I've experienced this amount of bugs, such copious bugs in an Insomniac game. I didn't have this in any of the Ratchet and Clank games. I didn't have this in Miles Morales, and I sure as hell didn't have this in Spider-Man 1. I don't know what the hell was going on. Maybe they were rushing this game.
All right, let me tell you what was going on there, amazing Lucas and PlayStation.
There was some
fans.
funnier stuff there too. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Which would make sense given the story. But this is unfreaking acceptable. A whole bunch of bugs where I'm turning into a cube. The game is crashing. There was one point where I got a superpower and it would tell me to hit the button for the superpower. I hit it and nothing happened. The game froze. I had to restart it. There was so many bugs like that. It was like the game glitching where it's during cutscenes and the game it glitches and I don't get to see the animation. It's like, what the hell? Whole bunch of bugs that are ugly and game breaking. Unfreaking acceptable from a first party exclusive AAA game. There's no excuses, bro. No excuses. And for anyone who says, well, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, you just have to do this. You need to take le coq out of your mouth.
Wow.
I can't believe one of them actually told the truth. But here's the thing. See, last year last year y'all all hated Phil Spencer for making a great decision, which was delay Redfall, delay Starfield, right? Because those games would have been shipped out just like that. And don't sit here and tell me about Redfall's bugs. Go fuck yourself. I played the game. It's fantastic. And it wasn't nearly as bad as this Spider-Man stuff. But here's the thing. Sony has no fucking games. And by the way, the reason why they put this out there is because there's nothing. They don't have a Game Pass. They don't have their version of Game Pass. Isn't remotely close to what Xbox does. So while Xbox could survive last year off games like Grounded, High on Life, which by the way, let's not forget, High on Life was their biggest third-party release ever on Game Pass at the time.
Yeah.
So right. So while Xbox could do that, Sony doesn't have that option. So they had to force the only game on their list that was ready. Right, and that will at least maybe not technically ready, but you know what I mean. And that's at least further enough in development where they could release it because they needed something. Because they knew, and that's why I was hoping so bad that the game got delayed to 2024. Because they knew they would not be able to survive a year where they had 0 first-party releases. Right,
0.
And the media tries so hard to defend them. They try so hard to back them up. They try so hard to minimize it. Like the amazing Lucas said, not a single review he read mentioned the bugs, and that was deliberate. It's deliberate, Dea, because Sony has had so many L's that the media is trying to forcefully give them at least something, and that's something in Spider-Man 2. And this is a game, Dea, where people are playing it and they're realizing either A, I've done this shit before because it's Spider-Man and you're always fighting in New York City, Venom and Kraven and all that.
That's why it's a remake.
Yeah, and 2, the game is running so terribly that they're having a conflict of interest in their minds because on one hand, they want so badly, Dea, to sit there and say, haha, Xbox, we got Spider-Man, what do you got? And try so hard to use that stupid mega number against Starfield and everything in between. But as they play it and as they experience what the amazing Lucas experienced, Dea, they're saying, oh shit, oh no, oh this is actually bad. This is worse than I thought. And people like the amazing Lucas, to his credit, are saying, screw this, I have enough. I had enough, and I can't believe that I was lied to. You see, what pissed him off is what pisses me off all the time, and why I always say, Dea, I'm sick of the media lying to us. I'm sick of these gamers lying to us. I'm sick of these YouTubers lying to us. They sit there for years, lie to our face, try to tear down games, and prop up their favorites, and all the meanwhile, as an Xbox fan, we had to just take it, and kept fighting back until now, a decade later, now the community's strong enough to where they could fight back with, how the chat, are going to other shows and fighting back against the lies and the nonsense, right?
Right.
But the opposite is true for Sony. They got nothing, Dea. They got nothing to work with, chat. They've got nothing. So what's going on here is that people like Amazing Lucas are one of the few who are coming out and saying, look, this game ain't that damn great. And they're going to go back to Xbox, which is why we're back talking about big Xbox news on this Wednesday edition of Live the Truth. And because the world is going to move on from Spider-Man once again. Because, again, Sony's one-and-done games are so short, so irrelevant, that even if the game sells well, it's not going to be a big deal because it's not going to be in the gaming consciousness in a month when Call of Duty release.
Correct. Right. The way we like to say it in marketing, it's not going to have a lasting impact.
Yes.
You have to have a lasting impact when you have especially when you have a service, because you're going to go to your game and you're going to see other games. But if you have a game doesn't have a lasting impact, then you're done and you're not going to turn that console back on. But I want to get to Deploy and stay with what Unlimited is saying. And Deploy, I screenshot what you said earlier, but Unlimited beat me to the punch when you said Forza is 300% higher than the highest Forza Motorsport at release in playability. But then Deploy says this that I wanted to talk about. PlayStation has released a lot of buggy games this generation. Let's keep it real. Correct. And I want to stop saying PlayStation have all of this quality, dude. Cut this out.
When did you say that?
No, not. We've all said it, but other people always say PlayStation and their quality.
They have this quality.
We don't say that, and nobody in this chat says this.
No, they got this imperfections to their games.
Correct. And it's been from Returnal. Even Returnal's developers said it's Sony's fault, not our games. It's that console that Mark Cerny created. Remember that genius? People thought he was so smart. Now people are not calling Mark Cerny a genius anymore. And then let's get back to ACG with his overrated ass in the cover up. ACG and Digital Foundry said it was the first day patch that had all of these bugs. Not ACG. No. It had all of these bugs before that patch.
Listen, what they did was the opposite. Sorry, but what they did was the opposite of Redfall. Because remember, all of them people preview Redfall had glowing reviews and didn't say nothing. Then all of a sudden, the game is trash from the exact people Xbox flew out to play it early or came. This is the opposite. They played the game, knew it had bugs, knew it had flaws, knew it had glitches, and instead they put it out there that, this game's fantastic. Now people are playing it, and you're like, what is this nonsense?
100%. And then they're going to try and sneak out of there, dude. I'm not letting them go with that, and I'm glad. Even King David caught on to that garbage. He was like, no, dude, we're not going to do that. And then everybody trying to pile on. And then, they love to omit names and things. Nobody wants to say Halo. They don't want it to come out of their mouths. So they'll try and revert to the PC space when PC has never been a barometer for Halo. And say, it moved up. Man, Halo has always been there. Now it's in the top 10 on Xbox, where it hasn't been in a long time. So, man, just settle down, dude. Settle down.
And Adidas 20 with the $5 said, I know the truth, Lucas. Insomniac put Spider-Man on a low-calorie diet, so he passed on eating the bugs. Well,
hey, y'all, and let me ask y'all this. What was that game? What was that game years ago that was supposed to be the Gears of War killer?
The Order 1886.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Hey, that was buggy. That game was buggy.
Man, that game was just terrible.
That game was terrible. Forspoken was buggy. It was buggy as heck too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all them studios that had to shut that business down too.
Gran Turismo was buggy also.
So, man, I don't want to hear anything about what Sony's doing. Sony is screwing up, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every single minute of it.
Hey, let's get Dia back in here.
Dia also. She having technical issues.
Oh, Dia's? Damn. Well, I'll give it back to you, Unlimited, because Digital Foundry also had an interview with Insomniac. They had an interview with Insomniac. I listened to more than half of the interview. They never said one word about all of those bugs. Not one. Not one word.
I don't even think what can even mention it up.
Dude, they didn't. And I read some of the chat, and they said, "Hey, we want to hear about the bugs. Ask them about that." So, hey, dude, never said one. Dia, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Hey, Dia, I just finished telling the guys because Digital Foundry had an interview with Insomniac, and Dia, I listened to I think the interview was like 41 minutes long. I think I listened to maybe 25, 30. Never heard them address the bugs in the game. Not one time. So I started looking through the chat, and it was a few people in there said, "Could you please talk about the bugs in the game?" Not one word, dude. It was all glowing praise, like they made the perfect game with no bugs.
Wow.
I kid you not, dude. And I'm going to listen to the rest of that interview, because on Unlimited Truth, you got to tell the truth about it. So if they don't say anything about those bugs, hey, dude, next time we reconvene, I'm unloading.
Well, I can say this. That's probably better than what the whole Starfield debacle did, is that absolutely confirmed to people that it's because if Lucas can see this, the rest of the ponies can see it, the rest of the media can see it, anybody sees this. And I can say this too. I'll say this. Insomniac can't be happy with being given a 9 and not earning it, because true creators like to earn what they get. You know what I'm saying? And I would say this: if Insomniac ever sees this, don't let Sony make you into a studio like that. You guys were great at one point. Stand on your own 2 feet on your own hard work.
the problem with that is that they're owned by Sony, so Sony makes the rules. So Sony wants
Right.
Spider-Man, they're making Spider-Man, and,
Yeah,
and,
that's
and they don't
terrible.
work under Phil Spencer, who've been saying for the last 10 years we're going to give our studios creative freedom. So they don't have that. They're under Sony, who needs money now, who needs to use the Spider-Man license while they have it, even though profits going to be shared with Marvel and Disney. So they don't got the power. They just don't have the power in this relationship here, basically, to make those kind of demands. So they're going to move on to Spider-Man. They're going to make Wolverine, and then we're going to get Spider-Man 3 in 2026 when they release the fourth Spider-Man in 5-7 years.
Jeez. That's you know what? That contract now has become a noose around their neck. I can't imagine being in that studio right now, just making the same type of games over and over again. That's just
Dia, sometimes
you
people.
think, but is that all they've been making for the last couple of years anyway?
That and Ratchet and Clank. That's all they make.
That's all they make. And people act like, I've said this before. Let me get this point out real quick, Zink. That, some people have said it early on when I first got into Xbox that, Obsidian was the Insomniac of Xbox. And I told this one person one time, I said Obsidian is a much greater studio than Insomniac. And I listed out all of their credentials, and I said not one is a sequel of these games. That was before what's that game they did?
The Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds 2. Before that was announced. That wasn't announced yet. So I listed out all the games, and Pentiment wasn't out and all that stuff, but and they had world-renowned games. Obsidian's fantastic. I love that studio. But I was like, I said, no offense, but Obsidian's the better studio, not Insomnia. And when I listed that out, this person had to have been a fan of PlayStation. They said, you bring out some good points. And all you gotta do is like list a good argument. But Obsidian is the better studio between those two. And they have the pedigree to prove it. And if you could take something like Pentiment and get that thing to become an award-winning game, you're good.
I tried to play Pentiment, bro, and I'm like, it was okay for a second. I'm like, nah, dog, this ain't it. So I jumped on out of there. Hey, but let's get Wilkin back into the picture here at 7:22 p.m. Halo was ahead of Game of the Year, Elden Ring on Xbox charts for season 5. Look, before season 5. But stream charts. Hey, look at here. Elden Ring isn't even in the top 40. And sometimes I'll send those charts to those true achievement charts to Unlimited. Elden Ring isn't even in the top 40. And people talk all this shit about Elden Ring. Meanwhile, Halo have 2 games in the top 30. Master Chief Collection is usually around 26, 23, 28, 22, somewhere in there. One time it popped in the top 20, but Halo always stayed around 15, 14, 13, 17, somewhere in there. And right before 5 dropped, it went down to 23 and then shot up to number 9. So, an Elden Ring that game gone out of the top 40. But people always want to talk about how great it is. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Sea of Thieves is still hanging in there in the top 20.
Sea of Thieves.
Cannot believe that game. I'm so proud of that game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Look, man. We're talking about companies that are at 2 different points. While Xbox is skyrocketing, Sony is just going to keep bleeding money, keep bleeding everything, and they're trying so desperately to find ways to make money, which is why they keep raising prices, keep putting out new hardware, keep doing literally anything, raising subscription prices, because they just got nothing. They got no creativity, no innovation. Their studios are turned to a bunch of live service games, most of which I'm telling you now are going to flop.
Yep.
And so what is it that they do well?
Unlimited. I got to jump in here real quick because I almost forgot to say this. And Dia's favorite fan Ramo came through again. He been bugging the shit out of me talking about Spider-Man and co-op. Why is it not co-op? He'll call me and it's like, hey man, I should be playing this game in co-op. Why can I not play this game in co-op? I mean, he's done this for the last 3 days. He has really been tripping. Enter Shisno Elite with his shit at 7:26 p.m. Shisno Elite says, plus they could have innovated with Spider-Man 2. It's set up perfectly for co-op. But no, they just stick to the usual. Hey, bruh, why is that game? Hey, Tuck, I'm gonna let you go. Tuck, remember this when Ryan McCaffrey was bitching about Halo 5 and the mismarketing and the terrible marketing because of how the game was marketing? You had Chief dying and then Spartan Locke dying, and you know, it was all messed up. What about this? They're literally promoting campaign co-op, but you will never be able to have someone other than the computer control that character. And then from time to time, the computer is going to control your character and you're going to do a quick time event, then watch a movie. Go ahead, Tuck.
I always have said that. That's what I always have said. And that's one thing I always have told other people. I said that game, that Spider-Man game, I mean, it's sad that y'all don't have co-op. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're going to spend $70 for a game of that magnitude, and you already had the first one, hell, I won't co-op on the second one. But now, you know, I understand why they can't do it now because, you know, they got a buggy piece of crap over there at Sony land. I'm glad. I mean, like I said.
And not only that,
burn good. Because this don't make no sense about what they doing to their people, man.
Yeah.
And another thing too, ultimately, like you said. Well, I mean, when did Sony? When did people say, they want Microsoft to have competition? They want them to make better games. They want them to have better power. Well, you got all of it now, and then Sony said, oh, well, we want you to compete. Okay, yeah. Madonna said, yeah, okay. Well, you want us to compete? We can compete. Just bring it on. We compete with you. And that's all the truth of what's going on now. So now the competing is done now. And it's not even done because, watch and see. If Nintendo and Microsoft join forces together, it's a wrap. It's a wrap with Sony. I don't give a care what Sony does then.
Well, they'll never join forces like that because it's a Japanese company. But they will work together. Yeah.
What I'm saying is if they join an alliance to each other, I mean, just with each other, I mean, they could. I mean,
but you remember they tried to do that in the Xbox documentary. They tried to buy Nintendo, and Nintendo's like, bruh, never. You know, it was almost laughable to them, and it would have cost a lot of money to buy them. But what
I'm talking about, they can always join forces with each other.
Well, it's not joining forces, Tuck, but what they are doing, like Microsoft did, like Phil Spencer say, hey, you want Call of Duty? You don't have Call of Duty now. You want a 10-year contract to have Call of Duty? There you go, right. Tuck. That's what you're talking about, yeah.
Right, but what I would like to see, I would just love to see like a Donkey Kong game come to Xbox. I would love to see.
I feel you on that.
Games like that.
Because we did put Master Chief in there. Didn't we put Master Chief in one of their fighting games?
Right. Right, we did.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that.
No, guys, no. Couple things. One, it was Banjo-Kazooie and Minecraft Steve.
Yeah, Minecraft that went over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was Minecraft. Yeah.
Okay.
And Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay.
And Banjo, exactly.
Yeah, and we did steal Rare from Nintendo, and we got Sea of Thieves out of it. So
I want to add something to what you
get
guys
in there, D. I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay, so when you guys was talking about Spider-Man not going co-op, I'm gonna lay it how I see it. You know, it might be rude or something. It's not console warm, but that's how I feel. But I think that the Sony teams are not as talented as the Xbox teams. I'll come out and say that.
Hey, dear is ruthless. Hey, unlimited.
Uh-oh. I agree with you on that.
But I'm dead serious. I mean,
you exactly right. I've always said that. Get in there, dear.
Because look at every Xbox developer. they all, with exception to Arcane, I don't think they had ever done a gas, but neither did 343. Let's face it, they never did gas. Gas is kind of new to some of the teams, right? But let's just
Actually, 343 kind of been not 343, but Halo has always been kind of like that. They
gas
they had
light. Yeah,
several
it's not. It didn't
several
go.
sequels.
It
Yeah,
didn't go full gas, like
yeah,
hard gas, like it did with Infinite. But
yeah.
I
Right.
say that let's look at all of the Xbox studios. They all know how to make single player campaign, multiplayer,
Yep.
co-op.
Yep.
I mean, and in some cases they even have other modes, you know. So they are and they know how to port to PC. So they can do
Yes,
all of
they
the
do.
above.
Hey, dear, could I catch you in a lot early?
Okay.
Okay,
Early
'cause
lie, right?
right, hey, because the word on the streets is Xbox needs to have Halo move to Unreal Engine 3 so they can make better story games. Like Halo don't already have 40 plus novels and 3 encyclopedia to go along with their shit. Okay. Hey, so dear, go ahead. Maybe you
I
can go
heard
off of
that
that.
too, and I don't
Ain't
think it
it?
has anything to do with that.
Right.
If they were, I don't know what they're doing because we don't know what any of the teams are actually doing. Xbox has learned to keep their mouth shut until they're ready to say something. So whatever they're doing, if they've chosen to do that, it's by choice. And I say, why not? If 343 wants to do something different, let them do something different. Okay, I'm not telling them they have to stay confined to doing things one way. Let them try something different. If it doesn't work out, okay, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, that would be a
You know.
catastrophe though. But the thing is,
Well, I mean, unless you doubt their skills, maybe they want to stretch their skills a little bit. But
the thing is this with Unreal, I'll say this real quick. And I'm a master of Unreal. I have 5,000 plus hours in Gears. I know everything that engine can do, but of course I don't know Unreal 5. But as far as Unreal Engine 4, even the Unreal Engine developer said, hey, we don't do what 343 does with that slip space engine.
yeah,
That engine is different because it's you could pick up mostly anything. It's really interactive. You go from flying in the ship to in a cave to running across a map to grappling. It's very different. It's a sandbox system, and they don't
right.
have that at Unreal. You would change Halo completely. That would be absolutely impossible to do. And this is after you have people like, I'm not going to say myself, Unlimited, or Tuck. I'll say Dia with her 9090 and the rest of her PC people that can create a game in Forge and put it
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
They even know the particulars of that engine. And when you have an engine like that has the campaign the same way, you would drastically change the game and flip it on its head, and that would piss off the world. That would piss me off, and only one
I
that's bigger in
personally don't
Halo
want
than me
them.
is Dr. Vodka. But
I
go ahead.
personally don't want them to do Halo on UE5, but I do not care if 343 wants to stretch and try things on Unreal Engine 5. I don't
I'll
care.
flip out,
You
dear.
know
No,
why? Why can't they try a different game
the
on?
game won't be the same. It
I
couldn't be
said
the
no
same.
Halo. I said I don't want to see Halo on there. I said if they want to do something different and stretch their wings a little bit and
Okay,
try
dear. I'll
something
put it to you this way. I'll put it to you this way, dear. See what would happen if McDonald's stopped making that cheeseburger and said we're gonna do pizza instead of making a cheeseburger.
Who said they was gonna stop though?
No, but if you change, because
We
if you
didn't.
stop,
I
if you
didn't say
stop,
change. I said if they want to do something outside of the cheeseburger, they got the cheeseburger going. They making.
they
They
are.
flipping it.
Oh, dear, they are. They are. No, they are. I could see them going Unreal if they doing Halo Wars.
Okay, I
Or
can see
something
that.
else.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And those are and people are saying, oh, they're going to do single player again. They were never stopping it. Ever.
I agree
There were
with
going to
that. I
be
agree with
two
that.
there were going to be 2 new single player games within 10 years. That hasn't changed. Pierre Heinz came out, said that, and then nobody believed him. Phil Spencer came out 2 days later and said the same thing. Still nobody believed him. So now over a year has passed. Now all of a sudden, some clown named Jeff Grubb or whoever said, oh, Halo is getting a new single player team, so they bringing it back. No, bro, it never left.
I agree with that 100%. I think the information out there about Halo has never been correct. I think that they never stopped making the single player. They know they can't not make a single player for Halo.
Because they lose me.
They lose me too. I love the lore. You know.
And I'm not as good as Unlimited or some people in the chat. Dude, I can't play multiplayer. I'm trash. The only time I play is with Dr. Vodka 100, Flip Money, and those guys, because they ain't shit like me.
I can't play because you go in there and before you even raise your gun, you're dead.
Dead instantly. Hey, and if you think you're not gonna die, just watch Mint Blitz play. Dude, you couldn't peep your head really outside of nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was watching his videos and I was like, yeah, I can't play.
Bro.
They too good. They just run circles around you.
They way too good for that. But anyway, dear, go on here. But I do want and like there are so many stories to the Halo universe.
Agreed.
So many that Vodka will tell me things and I'll have to go watch his stuff. And the thing is, they've never stopped that. And, I don't understand what people are thinking about. They need to sometimes, I don't want to be somebody that have to report on all of the games.
Hello?
I want to be someone that reports on all of the games because I can't play the games forever that I like. Like before Wilkins cussed me out, I'm not still finished with that one planet that I've been on for 50 hours. I'm not. Go ahead, guys. Take it away.
Yeah, man. Good stuff there about the Halo talk. Let's see. But hey, Tuck, you there?
I heard some beeping. I don't know if he's there or not. Or
no, man, that was me. And I might
that was you.
E-Rock and jump. That was my mother call. If she called, that's her.
Yeah. So Tuck, man. Hey, did you guys see Xbox little showcase they did today?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. Because they showed some good stuff.
Yes.
As you see.
I saw it today too, y'all.
Yeah. For a little third-party show, it was really good, man. So did you guys have a favorite game you saw today? And excuse me again. So what were they?
Who are you addressing this to?
Oh, Tuck, go ahead, man. What was your favorite game on today's Xbox partner preview?
To tell you the truth, I like Alan Wake.
Ah, good choice.
I like Alan Wake, and I also like that Metal Gear Solid too.
Yeah.
And that RoboCop looks good too.
Mm-hmm.
So heck with it. All of them look good.
Okay. I want to say something before I give my games real quick. I want to say that the people. It amazes me that people had such high hopes for this thing when Xbox.
Hold on, I missed the joke. What did I miss real quick? My mother pulled up in my driveway and said, "Hey, do you need anything?" I'm like, "Ma, go home." To call me when you get home.
Is that what all that was for?
Yeah, but that's all, man. My mother could be in. She's 80. Go home. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. What did I miss? I heard y'all laughing. I want to.
He brought up the Xbox partner preview. Did you watch that?
Oh, what? Yeah, of course I did. Go ahead.
You go. You can go next. Then I'll go last.
No, y'all go. I feed off of you guys. Let's go.
Oh, okay. What I was trying to say was that, it was a lot of people who was like, well, it's a 3 out of this and 3. And I'm like, well, how? And I'm like, I get it. There might be some games here that you're not interested in.
No. Can we stop that, please? Can we get this out of our lexicon? This is not all games for all people.
Let's go Unlimited.
Yeah, can we please drop it, man? Because I'm so sick of every time a game that's shown that's not a Nintendo or Sony game, right? That's the go-to. Well, it's not for everyone. Well, Spider-Man is a buggy fucking mess. Is that for everybody? Oh, people just sign up to play as a fucking cube in Spider-Man. You know,
That's game of the year for some people.
Yeah.
It's the game of the century.
Yeah.
So can we drop that, please? That I don't know why it annoys me. I think it annoys me because I never once hear it from Nintendo or Sony guys. I've never seen a Sony guy see some shit like Spider-Man or Horizon Forbidden Entertainment and be like, the game's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it. The media don't do that shit,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. That what I'm trying to say is that it may be a particular type of game that you don't really care for in here, right? Like genre, right? That's what I meant, not a particular game. But for me, I came away with it did what it was supposed to do for me. And the only thing I wanted to say before I go into that is that what did you expect? Xbox was so transparent that you could see right through them. They told you that there was no first party going to be out here. It do not expect any ABK anything. And then they said that this was just for their partners. And by the way, people, partners don't always mean Game Pass. It means that anybody who's willing to put their games on the platform, you have to support them too. These people may not be comfortable putting their games on Game Pass. They may want the money, so support them.
What they meant by when Xbox said our partners, they're doing is giving them a free advertisement.
Exactly.
That's what they were doing. They were marketing their product for them. Say, hey, we'll do this for you. We'll get a group of you together and we'll put all of this out here for the world to see, put it on the stage.
With our brand pushing it. The Xbox brand is pushing it. Okay.
Correct. And it's going to be on Game Pass in front of 40 million people when they turn their game.
Not all
Xbox
those games
on.
Was Game Pass though. They were just partner.
Dear, but that show will be on your Xbox. Soon as you turn your Xbox on,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
That show is going to, that video is going to be there. So 40 million people are going to see it if they click on it. You follow me? So that's what that was for. And just like Unlimited blew up about, it's games on there, of course, that I wasn't going to play. But as I was looking through the chat when I had time today, I saw my boys in there. It's like, hey man, I like that game. Deploy and everybody else was saying, hey, I'm going to play that. They were chiming in. And but it's not my game, but they were going in. But then Unlimited is also correct in saying that we absolutely never hear that about a Sony game. Everybody must like Spider-Man.
Everybody has to like
Spider-Man.
If I don't like Horizon, that game, that it looks boring. And I'm not just saying that. I've never liked that game. I never understood why people liked it. But
because it says only on PlayStation.
It's a boring game. I think okay, I'm gonna say this before I get into my list because I haven't gotten to it yet.
Does Deal have a cross symbol up or that thing? Go ahead.
It's the clip, so I'm going out. Okay. But that Ark Survival game looked way more interesting than Horizon Forbidden, whatever.
Yes.
Okay, that game looked way more fun to me. I don't know why, it just did. Okay, so I got to say this: that game, I wasn't even thinking about that game, but it presented well on the partner preview. Okay, so going into my picks, I wasn't even thinking about RoboCop. That's on my list to purchase, man. I that impressed me. I love RoboCop. I own all the movies. I love RoboCop. Game, okay, man. So I don't know. I may have to get RoboCop. That it brought a tear to my eye. It felt like the movie to me. It was so good. It looks so good. I hope it plays well. I want to know a little bit more about it. But this brought that game to my attention because I was just so caught up with other games. I didn't even pay attention to RoboCop. So that's one. Metal Gear Solid. I have always loved Metal Gear. I've always loved it. I didn't like all of them though. Okay, but I've always loved Metal Gear. I like those kind of games. I like those stealth type games, and I just like them. So that looking at that and seeing that, I'm so happy.
Hey dear, don't go soft on us. The only reason I like the Metal Gear is because it's gonna piss off a lot of Sony people.
Well, I mean, I
know you're different, but that's the only reason I liked it.
I don't judge developers and games based on the platform. Sony is Sony, okay? I don't like them. But that doesn't mean that a company that puts a game out that I won't like that game. I'm not like that.
Correct.
So
I just like that it was on this Xbox show because a lot of Sony people that were going to be mad about it, angry.
Yes, they probably blew up after. I couldn't believe that Konami did that and let them.
You knew they blew up on that deal.
So I was impressed by that, and it was it wasn't just like a animal or two or whatever Sony had with that. They gave them a deep look into some of the gameplay, so I was very happy with that. So that one is definitely one I'm looking to pick up when that comes out. And Alan Wake 2, I've talked about Alan Wake 2 for all year. I've been wanting to get this game. I love Alan Wake. It feels like if Stephen King made a video game, it would be Alan Wake. That's what it feels like to me. I'm
a black
so
protagonist in there too.
I love that they put in gameplay here. So if I was a little, nervous about the purchase because I hadn't seen enough, I've seen enough now, and I feel comfortable now making that purchase. So I love what I saw here. For me, 3 games stood out as far as what I really want to play, like hard, heavy want to play. Games that I thought impressed me was that art game. I thought, wow, that looks really good. They've improved the looks of something. I think that looked a little bit, but it looks great in there. And I thought the finals, whoever likes those gas games, I don't really do those games, but that looked really impressive as well. I was like, wow, that's an impressive looking game. I actually had some games that also did the opposite for me. Like a Dragon, I was confused with that game. I was like, what the heck is going on with that game? I was like, what is this game? He's building stuff. He's fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know what that game is supposed to be. I'm kind of confused about that game. So that one actually did a little bit
almost like a Sim
City
City or something. And then he started hacking somebody up with a sword.
Sure. It seemed like, what is he running a resort? I don't know what he's doing in that game. So that confused me. And then Dungeons and Hindenburg is okay. I would like to see a bit more. I think that was meant for the story. I like to see a bit more of the combat. A little bit more on it. But I think it's okay for what it is. I wish it had some voice acting in there a little bit. If it's going to be a dialogue heavy, I'm okay with that sometimes. But I don't
just
know.
Like you going off there, our boy Anthony Chipmunk said at 746, he's like Unlimited and Sega Man and he said, I'm going to play most of those games.
Okay, that's good.
At least you have that variety, though.
And I might try some.
You know what I mean?
This doesn't mean this is my last impression. I'm just giving my impression of the of the games. Like of what they show. I would say Still Wakes the Deep was scary. That's a pretty scary game. That's way more. That claustrophobic, okay. and I have problem with heights and stuff. So that's a game I probably can't touch.
Especially when he almost fell in that water off
that plane. And then that screaming going on in the background. I was like, what's happening to that? Yeah, that's scary. I don't know about that one for me, but I could probably watch somebody play it, but I don't think I can play it, But so I got a good impression of most of the game. I don't know enough about Ikaru. I think that was like a first look at that game. And Manor Lords, I don't think we've seen that before. So in Spirit of the North, I don't know enough about those games. So, but it was nice to see some new titles just kind of drop in there, So overall, I think the actual presentation of the Xbox partner preview was stellar.
Yes.
They gave you they no talking. They give you the games. Then at the end, they kind of had that like mid like little minor little sum up where they kind of show you what is it? Is it
Dea? And when you're done, introduce the topic to E-Rock because he just joined. I got to step away for a few minutes. Guys.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay.
Hello, E-Rock. I didn't see you pop in because your icon is covered up for me.
What's up, E-Rock? How you doing, man?
What's going on, everybody? I see Unlimited Production. He's pulling a Sega Forever and going out to get his daughter and picking up groceries and. Yeah, that nigga, Sega Forever, he'll host a 9-hour podcast, and dip out for 7 of those 9 hours.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap up real quick, and then we're gonna go to you. Okay, E-Rock?
Okay.
And so
sounds good.
Yeah, so the presentation was fantastic. I like how you can scan, and then the code on this left hand side, I think it was that, and then you can, if you want to know more about that particular game, you could go straight there live right there and learn more about that game. That was great. That's a great
I did not see that.
Yes,
thanks for pointing that out.
It's a great way of using technology to just kind of bypass what you would normally have a person say, right? Instead of having some talking head up there, a person can just do that. It was excellent how they did that. And I just thought that the way that they just it was to the point. And notice no Xbox person was up there. This was all about their partners and all about their partners shining. So I think that they did a great job. I don't understand why some people are rating it low. It was great for something that's at the end of the year. You're not going to get a whole bunch of games at this time. So just to have the number of games, and I do think they had some surprises. Metal Gear was a surprise to me that they had the ability to market that. So that was a big surprise to me. So I give that, in my opinion, it was a darn near perfect presentation. As for the games I like and where I would score that, I think you have to score those things differently because you might not have liked any of the games or something like that. For me, I like 3 of those games and one that was not even on my radar, and that was RoboCop. So I give that game, for me, I give that game an 8. I'm gonna give that part of it an 8.
You give the whole show an 8?
No, I give the presentation like a 10 out of 10 because it was, in my opinion, it was perfect as far as how they presented it, how they handled the information.
You're correct on that. I agree 100%.
And then as for what I was interested in, because I was interested in 3, I give that 8. That's a good score.
I gave it an 8.3 because I was interested in it. All I need are 3 games for me. That's
I got 3, yes.
And I got 3.
Yeah.
And then I gave it an 8.3 just to piss off Sony people that were in the chat.
Alizine, there's another game I liked on there too.
What's that?
That was the Steel Walkers, the Deep.
Still Wakes the Deep. That's that horror one, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that one. Yeah.
I like the way it looked.
Yeah, that's the one where Dia said she was afraid of.
I'm afraid of it, yeah, because the heights, man, I don't like it.
Yeah, let me ask you this. That Ark, is that the one with Vin Diesel?
Ark, no, that's the first one, I think, isn't it? I think they
I'm not sure.
Did the first one? I would have to look that up. I'll have to look that up for you, Tug.
Because there's one with Vin Diesel that's coming out. I don't know which one it is, though.
It's the second one. I don't think that's it, though. I mean, I could be wrong, though,
Well, but I'm interested in 4 games. That's Alan Wake is already downloaded. Metal Gear Solid. When is it coming out? Next year?
I think that's next year. I don't think that's this year.
RoboCop, I know that's this year.
That's this year, yes.
And Steel Wakes.
Okay. So you picked 4. You had 4 games that appeal to you. Okay.
Yeah, all I need is 3. And then I'll look at the chat and see who liked what. And I'm just glad people, liked a lot of games, like I said, like I read before, Anthony Chipmunk said he was going to play most of those games.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Then this is like a 10 out of 10 presentation for him, for his taste, Okay, we're going to take it to E-Rock now.
Yeah, what's going on, E-Rock?
We want to hear about your opinions about the Xbox Partner Preview. A new format, I guess. That's the showcasing nothing from Game Pass, from what I noticed. If it is, might be 1 or 2, maybe.
Yeah,
but mainly these are just games that are coming on the Xbox platform. I want to distinguish that because some people's like, all these games are not in Game Pass. They're not meant to all be in Game Pass. They're meant to come to the Xbox platform. So what games stood out to you? And please give 2 ratings: 1 for the presentation for the Xbox Partner Preview, and 1 for how did it appeal to you, and how many games interested you, and what would you rate it?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Sir.
I'm at a disadvantage because I did not see the Partner Preview. I was busy doing things around the house and just stuck in Assassin's Creed Mirage. But I do know some of the games.
Okay.
I do know the Dungeons of Hinterberg is going to be in Game Pass, I believe. And out of all the games that's up here on screen, Dungeons of Hinterberg is one of the ones that Xbox has showed at their show this past June. Mm-hmm. So that's that and Jusant, which is dropping in Game Pass actually next week.
Oh, wow.
I'm interested. No, Game Pass just went bananas this year. Just bananas. I
forgot about Jusant. Yeah, that's
next week. That's next week. Dropping in Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass just went bananas this year. So I'm interested in Dungeons of Hinterberg. There's an entire Metal Gear. You can all the Metal Gear Solids are. I don't know if it's available now or soon, but it's the Metal Gear Solid collection. People are complaining about that. I'm like, what are you complaining about? You get to own all the Metal Gear Solids. Like a Dragon. I'm not really. I bought two. I bought two of the Like a Dragon games so far, and I'm not really crazy about that.
Okay.
Akira Will Not Die looks interesting. Still Wakes the Deep looks interesting. RoboCop Rogue City is quite the surprise. A lot of the gameplay I've seen looks pretty solid. Looks pretty awesome. If you're a fan of the movie, that's a must buy. Haven't seen much from Mandalorians or the finals. Alan Wake 2, I'm kind of I own Alan Wake 1.
I do too.
Alan Wake 1 remastered, and I own something called Alan Wake American Nightmare. So
bad as hell.
Yeah.
Unbelievable game.
I'm not really amped for it. I guess I'll have to wait till people play it and give me some feedback before I re-enter.
You need to watch the partner preview. They have live gameplay on there. They have gameplay on there. So
and I hear Alan Wake 2 is like using all of these new shaders and shit. Everybody's going nuts over it. So yeah, but I mean, it's just Xbox doing Xbox. But I already on Instagram, man, I seen people bitching about it and shit, and like, well, what does that even mean? Xbox partner preview? It means they're previewing games from their partners.
Yeah.
You need a more fucking detailed explanation than that. People just want to be stupid for the sake of being stupid. If it's Xbox,
and then they want to claim that Sony have this great marketing. Microsoft took a group of games that don't have the money to advertise, and they gave them a forum. They put them on stage so people can see. Now, whenever we turn on it, like Dia and I were talking before you came on, this same video is going to be on your Xbox soon as you turn it on. So 40 million people are going to see this group of games, and they're going to be allowed to play these games. That's what it's just an advertising vehicle. That's all it was.
But not only that, Zink, with this one dude was like, well, we want to see exclusives. Is this Xbox's answer to Spider-Man? And I said, dude, yo, I can't make this shit up. I said, Xbox's answer to Spider-Man is 10 million players on Starfield.
That's
right. You got the biggest RPG and the biggest game of the year basically for free. Xbox's answer to Spider-Man has been everything that's been in Game Pass all year. Xbox's answer to Spider-Man is $3.9 billion in one fiscal quarter, just recently announced today in their investors call.
Hey, you can't hog up everything.
Hold on. Now,
let E-Rock speak.
Xbox's answer to Spider-Man is fucking acquiring Activision Blizzard King.
That's mine.
Could somebody please drop a mic, please? Because I lost my mic.
Yeah, bro.
It seems like every time these motherfuckers get a game, I'm tired. Look, guys. Look,
game.
Listen, I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these Xbox dudes complaining when as Sega Man said, we're basically y'all basically complaining now with a loaf of bread in your mouths. Like we have. I can't even play all of these games. We got a roadmap into fucking 2030, and you're still bitching. What about Spider-Man? What about Spider-Man? A game I've been playing for 40.
Xbox answer to Spider-Man is sabotaging itself.
If I curse a little, y'all guys got to excuse me, but I'm sick of these Xbox dudes that every time PlayStation gets a game, you motherfuckers like D-Botch lose your minds over this shit. Me and He-Bot and Sega Man been playing Spider-Man since we was children. Since we was fucking children. You know what I mean?
Spider-Man.
Back when I was going to Turner Middle School, and they used to call me gasoline draws because I had a gas problem. This is nothing new to us. Swinging through fucking Manhattan. And in the 90s, we fought Venom, and He-Bot even owned Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Amazing Spider-Man, when it was that Andrew Garfield dude. So at Xbox, we had all these. I'm so tired of hearing about fucking Spider-Man. This game he's the most overrated fucking character. And I thought Batman was overrated. No, bro. Not even fucking close. Spider-Man is the most overrated fucking character. It's just ridiculous. Every time Sony gets one game, you Xbox guys overlooked that Phil Spencer gave you everything this year. Hi-Fi Rush, Ravenlock, Redfall, which I have enjoyed. If you didn't, that's your fucking problem. Starfield, the biggest game of 2023 that everybody wants to try to ignore. And we got Juicon coming next week. Game Pass has just been on fire, and the quarterly reports fucking show that. Like, I'm just so sick of these so-called Xbox fans. And, you know, Unlimited Production always says how he's tired of gamers. He don't want to deal with them. They're a bunch of assholes. And I gotta agree. I try my best to stay out of this shit, man, and stay in my fucking lane and do my little corny ass movie reviews and shit and talk and do social commentary. But I see a dumbass comment like, where's Xbox's answer to Spider-Man? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Where the fuck have you been the last 8 months? What were you in an alternate universe? Were you asleep? Did they just wake you up out of a coma this afternoon? We've been given everything this year, and y'all motherfuckers still aren't happy. Well, I'll tell you what, y'all be miserable, right? Because I'm enjoying gaming. I'm having a blast on Assassin's Creed Mirage. And then I got to get back on Cyberpunk 2077. It's called Phantom Liberty. That shit is fucking awesome. They completely reinvented that damn game. Then I got to get back on Mortal Kombat. Then I got to finish Starfield because I got to get my piloting skills up so I can even use the ship that I bought to do 23 light years. And then Juicon's dropping next month. Game Pass made it so that I could buy these other games because I didn't have all this money this year, guys. Financially, I ain't banging like I was a few years ago. So Game Pass made it so I could buy other shit. And I'm sick of Xbox gamers constantly bitching. Fuck y'all. If y'all don't like it here, leave. Go buy a PlayStation, pay $70 for Spider-Man, debauch, and goodbye. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all heated and be cursing.
Don't apologize. You said this shit in April, dude. You said you were deleting games.
So mean, E-Rock.
Go ahead,
Ebot.
No, I said you so mean, E-Rock.
Ebot, you tired of these motherfuckers too, ain't you? Come on, dude.
Listen, I bought Spider-Man because of my son, and that shit is dog shit.
You played it before.
Okay.
You played it before.
Dog doo-doo, woke ass, gay ass fucking shit.
Tell us about
it. Dude, hey, E-Rock, they went to the worst far end of the universe with this one. My dude, you ride bicycles with Harry and you look like two flower birds. To talk about and reminisce back in the day in high school shit. You fucking help. You do a side mission where you help an Indian guy. Hey, listen, E-Rock, you go on side mission where you help a little Indian guy with his black boyfriend, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
You help him so he can invite him to homecoming, and then they hold hands and they all happy doo-doo. And you help him with your electricity powers, Miles Morales, to turn on these fucking signs so he can say, "Would you go with me to the dance?"
What?
That shit is so good.
Side missions.
Wait a minute.
The Middle East got lucky then.
Yo,
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes, sir. Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
Do you have the Cuban flag in your house?
Oh my God.
Puerto Rican.
No, I don't have a Cuban flag, but I guess because some Puerto Ricans are dark, I guess they think we're Cubans too. I mean,
that was so insensitive. Yeah.
Listen, how do you mess up something that you already did?
Oh, that's because
3 times.
Listen. The reason why they messed up is because a bunch of white people work at Insomniac who don't know anything about culture.
Listen.
So they saw any Hispanic flag and thought it represented all of y'all.
Listen, no joke aside. Listen, no joke aside. All jokes aside, they even put woke reference and change the language, the Spanish language, using shit in terms that we don't even use.
Wow.
I'm not lying, Dan. Straight up. That shit is a fucking hot joke.
Hey, let me start some
hot
shit.
Joke.
Hey, Hebot, Dia just cussed me out about 15 minutes ago and said, "You mean to tell me Insomniac ain't a good developer of the Zinc?" I said, "Hey, Dia, don't yell at me." You know?
No, you could tell. No, other Zinc. Yo, hey, Zinc. Hey, Zinc, all jokes aside, you could tell.
Context. I just want to say
you could tell that look. There's something called the EBSA or something like that, or the ES. It's some shit. I forgot what it's called. And those people are the people that pushed pandering shit. They own 92 million shares of Sony.
What?
That is why Sony pushes that shit on all their games.
Wow.
In fact,
Uh-oh.
the game is trying to push, right? Miles as the main character in a Peter Parker game, right? To kind of push him on the side because he's the little white boy or whatever.
Right.
To make it and pander to like the black, I guess, audience with Miles. But then Miles, all he does in the game is pander to like gay people,
What?
transgenders. That's what he does in the game.
What
I'm
are
like,
are
yo.
they trying to say that a bunch of black people are gay? Are they?
I don't know if that's what they're trying to say, but I know you pander to shit in the game with Miles. I know that. Bro,
Wow.
Idea is horrible. And then the thing is, you playing the game. Well, I haven't done the video yet because I want to finish it because I'm going to rip this game an asshole. Because that's what I like doing, right? Yo, the game.
You toxic.
So what? So what? Anyway, listen.
Here's the
They
thing.
do with Starfield. What can I do with Spider-Man?
And Heba, I know you for 7 years, bro. Almost 8 years. If a game is good, Heba will tell you it's good. He don't do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He don't do that.
Man, listen, the game has so much QTEs, so much cutscene. There's 5 hours of cutscene. 5. And the game is 15 hours long in the story. So that means that the story itself is only about 9.5, maybe 10 hours long.
And
Okay.
they praising this shit.
And when
They
you're
praising
playing the game, half the shit you see, which I'm going to show, you're not even fucking controlling. And if you're controlling, it's something minimal, like moving the left thumbsticks left and right.
Heba,
That's all you do.
Heba, you know shit is bad when Amazing Lucas, the biggest Sony show out
Right.
was complaining about it. You know shit is bad when David Jaffe says, yo, man, I wish Sony would come up with something original, like Starfield or hell, even Nintendo. I'm like, damn, nigga, Nintendo, you went deep. But I mean, you know,
listen, that's why I tell people,
Starfield.
right, E-Rock, that's
This
what I've
is
been
great,
telling
dude.
people.
I'm gonna go get some popcorn. I enjoy
That's
this
why
shit.
I've been telling people since the first generation, last gen with with Xbox One. Bro, on Xbox, we played all types of shit from Crackdown to Sea of Thieves to Recore to fucking goddamn Killer Instincts, Titanfall, Rise,
Assassin's
Quantum Break,
Creed,
right?
all
All
that
sorts
shit.
of different shit, right? And these motherfuckers, y'all play, those are not games that are true. Look, I don't give a fuck if a game's AAA, single A, double A. If it's good, it's good. Ori and the Blind Forest is probably better than all first-party Sony games ever made. And that game is fucking dope. But it doesn't have to be a AAA. Fucking Cuphead, that was fucking incredible. Then they were port begging, please, can you put it on a console? And fucking Microsoft went and did it anyway, right?
Yeah, well,
Then
they
you
don't
got
no
fucking-
more though.
Huh?
Just letting you know, they learned that lesson. They don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dead Rising 3, State of Decay 3, bunch of different varieties of games. Starfield, different. I don't play all them games, but I play what I like. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, this game is bad just because I don't like the genre.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
ignorant. That's ignorant. You can't do that.
Or you don't like the art style, like Broken Games HD said, what was it, 3 years?
Right.
When what was Psychonauts 2? I don't like the art style. This is a bad game. I said,
Right.
why is this motherfucker even for audience?
To be honest with you, one of the most unique games of this year was fucking Ravenlock. That game looks fucking incredible.
Man,
Right?
I went on and bought that game.
nothing but variety.
Game.
Or you could play shit like fucking. You could play shit like fucking The Adventures of Benedict Fox. Oh no, I ain't touching that. That's a $20 game. That shit's trash. Then there you know, that's the type of game that these dudes are.
Exactly.
But it's okay. It's okay that you can eat. Look. I'm gonna show that shit too when I do my shit. I'm gonna rip, like I said. You can swing in Spider-Man with one button, right? Literally swing with one button, and the camera moves in the direction you gotta go.
Talk that shit. I was just about to say, tell us more about this Spider-Man.
I kid you not. I was like, because I was like, yo, why does it keep moving without me pushing into the direction, right? You swing toward the camera will push you in the direction you gotta go. I kid you the fuck not, other thing. I kid you not.
I know you know who David Jaffe is, right? Because I watched his video. I wanted to watch his video.
Yeah. David Jaffe was saying shit like that.
Listen, this dude on the screen made me aware of David Jaffe's video. I wasn't looking for Amazing Lucas's videos because I don't follow this dude, right? But Amazing Lucas was complaining about Spider-Man, right? So he showed David Jaffe commenting on Spider-Man. But what Amazing Lucas did, he was nice enough to cut out when David Jaffe gave Starfield props. He completely deleted that. So that made me say, let me find David Jaffe's video and see what this nigga really said. So not only did David Jaffe give Starfield his props.
Oh, yeah, because he gave it props and they cut it out. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
He said PlayStation has a problem. They keep making the same game over and over again. Then he showed a video. It's this part in Spider-Man 2 where Spider-Man, he's got a web tied onto the lizard. He's going up a building, right? And Spider-Man has to dodge this shit that's falling. And what David Jaffe said, he said, this is exactly what we did in Uncharted 4 when Nathan Drake was holding onto the truck and had to dodge shit.
All you do is move left and right. Yeah, and that's a whole...
He said Sony makes the same game over and over. So he said they make the same game over and over again. And there's no depth of storytelling like in Starfield.
Yeah, he's basically trying to say that they need to change their formula because it's getting old.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because their audience has told them this is what they want. These fucking.
Not according to the video he put up. I think today he was talking about that. They're talking about because he knows people still work there, and that Jim Ryan's mandate was that the future was gas games, games as a service. And that's why a bunch of fucking people were like, oh no, we don't want to work like that and be forced to do it. And they're unhappy and they're fucking getting fired. Like people are just getting fired without even being told. He had said that Sean Layden got escorted out. He said he got escorted out. I was like, what? Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on.
That was his friend Connie Booth, because Jaffe was pubbing her up years ago, talking about how great she was. And
she's been there 40 years.
Bro, we don't need her. She's been there 34 years. We don't need her to make those same old games that y'all complaining about right now. No, it was 34.
Okay, it sounds like he is botting on it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to take the podcast off the rails, guys. It was just when I saw that shit on when I saw that shit on Instagram earlier, man, it just pissed me the hell off.
She's been there 40 years, and she was like,
go ahead, he bought. Yeah, he bought out bad. Yeah, man, it's just
no.
Look how great Xbox is doing. Xbox is doing better. Xbox is doing better than ever, guys. And these motherfuckers are still complaining. I don't even care anymore. It's just. Sometimes you gotta snap at these fucking dudes, man. Like, what more do you want? I mean, if you hate Xbox that much, go buy a fucking PlayStation, right? Go over there and pay $70 to play Spider-Man, and I guarantee you, within 1 week, you'll be done, and you'll be back over here on Xbox again, bitching still.
1 week.
Yeah, look at these quarterly revenues. This shit is beyond anything we could have ever imagined. And if King Thrash was here, well, what does their quarterly revenues mean to me? It means we're going to get more shit in Game Pass, dumbass.
Thank you.
Do we need other things to do the math for you? He's an accountant. It means we're going to get more shit in Game Pass, dumbass. Dear, I just can't. I just can't. This is why I stay in my lane. I just can't do this shit no more, dear.
I understand. I understand your frustration because there's nothing at this point for people like a D-Batch and others like him. There's nothing Xbox can do to bring those people on their side. It's nothing.
Yeah. Xbox has addressed every concern.
Everyone.
From a decade ago.
Yep.
And they still aren't happy. At that point, it's a you problem, and I don't need to deal with your problems. So
exactly.
They'll be visible somewhere else. Everybody on Xbox having a great time, and the numbers are showing that Xbox is going to be perfectly fine.
Oh my God.
Unlimited, it's the same shit. I swear to God, did we not? I'm not saying me personally, but did not the Xbox family who enjoys this gaming, like guys on this podcast and Sega Man who's not here, didn't we just go through this shit in 2018? I could swear this. It was 5 fucking or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We need a game like Spider-Man. No, we don't.
No.
Your problem is y'all want Xbox to be PlayStation. They're not going to do that. Listen, here's how you know they're not going to be PlayStation. They bought fucking Bethesda. and ZeniMax. They bought fucking Activision. We have a studio called The Coalition. We own Mojang and Minecraft. They have studios working on the next Perfect Dark, and we have Playground Games working on the next Fable. I hope it's out in my lifetime. But like companies need to have their own identities. I don't want Warner Brothers to be like Disney. They're hell bent to follow in their footsteps, but I don't want these companies to all be the same. I want MGM to concentrate on James Bond. I want Paramount to concentrate on Star Trek. Barely. I want fucking every company to do what they do, because clearly Disney don't know what they're doing anymore. They've destroyed fucking 4 brands in fucking 10 years. Every company, Nintendo needs to be Nintendo and have their shit for the 12-year-olds and the 55-year-old man babies. Sony needs to have their movie games. And thank God Xbox is out here giving us Hi-Fi Rush, giving us Redfall, giving us Starfield. Starfield is like, people will be, listen, y'all think Starfield is big now? Wait till on console the modders get a hold of it, because Todd Howard said that next year they're going to allow mods. They did this before in 2007 with Skyrim. Skyrim was modded, and guys, let me tell you, what those guys were able to do with that old ass code. So when the modders get a hold of Starfield, it's going to be even greater. That's going to be a game they're going to be playing 10 years from now, when people, hell, in a year from now, they'll have forgotten about Spider-Man. But something about these guys, D-Botch, and these guys I seen on Instagram today, and guys like fucking MGB, one fucking game comes out from this dying company, and they lose their fucking minds. And not even a great game. Guys, I'm sorry to lose it. I'm sorry I threw the podcast in the turbo.
Bro, you on point.
I'm Zing. This is not this is Eric talking. Fucking Spider-Man? I was playing Spider-Man when I still had shit in my drawers. Spider-Man? Y'all losing your mind over fucking Spider-Man. I have had no desire, guys, to say, well, I'm not going to pay the gas bill this month. I'm going to go down and take $500 and get a fucking PlayStation 5 because I have to play Spider-Man. In no time in the last 5 years has E-Rock ever said that shit. You know why? Because I don't give a shit about fucking Spider-Man. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't care about fucking Mario. I got a friend on Instagram, E-Rock, are you going to buy a Switch? Like, dude, you know what? Wish in one hand, shit in the other one, see which one fills up first. Why would I buy? I am a 54-year-old man. Why would I want to save Princess Peach? I didn't want to save her when I was 20. I didn't want to save her when I was fucking 12. Why do I want to save her now that I'm a goddamn senior citizen? I want to shoot shit and try to get in Sarah Morgan's drawers. That's what I want to do. I don't want to.
Hey, E-Rock, I'm just glad you mentioned a game that's I can't wait for. Perfect Dark. I can't wait for this game.
I can't wait to be Joanna Dark to be shooting people. I can't wait for the next Gears of War to see how the story ends. I'm enjoying being an assassin in Assassin's Creed, sneaking up on guards and slitting their throat. I know it sounds sick, but it's strangely satisfying. Why do I want to swing on webs through Manhattan? Somebody explain this shit to me.
I can't wait to play as Indiana Jones again.
Yeah, I got tricked. I got tricked into buying the last Spider-Man movie, guys, because of nostalgia. Nostalgia got me. It was called Tobey Maguire, and I regretted it. It was the only good thing about that movie was the fucking villains and Tobey Maguire. The rest of the shit you can wipe your ass with. I don't get this obsession with fucking Spider-Man. If any of you could explain it to me, I would.
It's just because it's something that we don't have as Xbox fans, right? Like a superhero exclusive.
Thank you, Heba.
And Sony does. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it's as small and trivial as that. It's that simple. It's a superhero game that we don't have exclusive, and they do, and they think that that's it. Like, oh my god, because Marvel's like a big deal, but Marvel's already dwindling. It's dying.
It's dying.
Because Disney done fucked it up. You see what I'm saying? Pandering to shit, they fucked it up. So
hey,
that's
Hebot, is it anything else you could tell us about Spider-Man? Because it sounds like you shot Dia to death telling her about some of those side missions, and me too, because I didn't know about it either.
Well, hold on, 1 sec. E-Rock, this is what they're complaining about. You see on screen?
I know you see
that's another thing. Spider-Man can fly now.
He's a
because he got little wings. He can fly now.
He's a
Deer
cube.
didn't see that before. He's a cube. That's a
With
glitch,
wings.
dude. It was so funny, dude. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
Unlimited
this
just
is
pulled
what
it up.
Xbox, those fake ass Xbox users lose their mind over.
Yeah, a cube flying through the
I want to
same.
see what E-Rock think about that.
Hey, Tuck Master, remember Halo was getting criticized because they didn't have enough biomes? What about this shit here? It's the same New York City Spider-Man still
I'm
in.
gonna be real honest with you, Zane. From a technical perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, because it was a game that was much lower budget, right? But it had much more technical things that you can actually do and control yourself. But Crackdown, right? It's a much better game. Crackdown 3. And it's a much more technical game as far as what you can do, from getting vehicles that actually climb up and go up buildings, from the backpack that you can use to fly around, right?
Mhm.
From the jumping, the traversing,
The
the weapons that you use, right? The verticality of it. It's way more technically advanced, even though it's an older game.
But
And it's
Hebot,
a
let me
much
ask you
smaller
this though.
package.
I'm gonna let you go
Yeah.
ahead and finish. But Hebot, that's not what Digital Foundry said.
Well, Digital Foundry can suck my dick. How about that?
It's going down tonight. And you know what? And you know what? He bought us right, because I used to like Digital Foundry. I especially like Richard Ledbetter, the leader.
I
the
used
old
to.
guy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been noticing something with them lately. They've been kind of shady lately. They've been kind of shady ever since they
Very
because-
shady.
ever since they
But
didn't
it's
want to
because that
Legacy.
guy, E-Rock, it's because that guy, what the fuck is his name? Jeff
Lindemann.
something.
John
No,
Lindemann,
no. I'm talking about people who own them.
Okay.
The guy who owns them
I think.
is a guy that has shares that owns Eurogamer, and they have
Eurogamer,
stakes
yep.
with Sony.
Okay.
You understand? And they have actual like investments and I think stocks and shit. And
Okay.
he used to be the marketing dude for Sony, and now he owns and runs Digital Foundry as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So this same thing like the guy that's working at IGN. The guy that works at IGN that owns it and is running IGN, he used to work for Sony as well.
Okay.
He's another one. So it all makes sense, because if you do the background check and you see the dirt, these are all people that have tie-ins to Sony that work with them. So you know there's incentives. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you know, like, dude, Digital Foundry just did a video where they were talking crap about how the ray tracing on Forza was misconstrued, and Microsoft should stop being so fake. In other words, and irresponsible, showing something that's not really there. Motherfucker, Sony's entire existence has been the vertical slice, where they showed something look one way, and when you played it, it was not even what they showed.
Yeah,
And you're gonna sit there and try to act like because Microsoft showed the demo, which was to show what they were aiming for in the game with the ray tracing about a year or 2 years ago. You're gonna sit there and complain, saying that they tried to fake people out and lie.
And they didn't fake,
fucking eat your own dicks. Get out of my face with that.
They didn't fake anybody out, because I just played Forza Motorsport this morning. There's ray tracing on the hood. When you look to the car,
but they did a whole video, right, showing how, oh, look how nice it looks here, but it doesn't look as good as what they showed.
And to that, Hebot, I say so what? Because y'all can't. There's a reason why they zoom in on shit, because the natural eye ain't picking that up, right? So, so that's why that means nothing to me. And I personally don't watch them, because what's the point of showing me something 400 times?
And why do you think I say they could suck my dick? Because I'm smart enough to know that I don't give a shit what they say, because I know 100%. When they're pandering and I know when they're lying. And I know when they're trying to hype things up and take them out of context in favor of Sony, because they know that their weak ass audience that watches them, and I said it, their weak ass audience that are fools.
Hey, I'll give you something better. Just like you came on and gave us what's going on in Spider-Man. I told everybody before you guys got here that Digital Foundry had an interview with Insomniac about how glowing Spider-Man is and how this fake ass ray tracing, because the PS5 can't do real ray tracing, it's done in software, not in hardware like the Xbox
It's not baked
does.
in the hardware. Yeah.
It's not. So they had this glowing interview of Spider-Man and how great it was. And the people in the chat were saying, "Are you going to address the bug issues?" Never talked about it.
Yeah, and check this out. And check this out. I'm gonna tie that back into this clip.
I looked at countless reviews of this game. Not once, not a single damn time did I hear a reviewer tell me this game has bugs. Not once. Everyone, the greatest Spider-Man game ever. Oh, it's perfect, it's flawless, it's amazing, yada, yada, yada. I didn't hear not one reviewer tell me this game has bugs. And I think that is disgusting. I think that's evil. I think that's wicked, because you're hyping people up for an experience that's not the real experience. This game is buggy hell.
So yeah, listen, Sony fans, people, do y'all see what I've been saying for years when I say that y'all being lied to? Are y'all now sick of being lied to the way I've been for years?
Hey, Unlimited Production, that dude right there, that's their Donald Trump. That's their God right there.
Yeah.
And he's telling y'all, he's telling y'all the truth. Like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Listen, are you guys finally done with the nonsense, basically? Right? Or are we gonna get back to this space again? Because he was lied to once about one game and he's already pissed. We've been lied to for 10 years, and y'all wonder why people like me and E-Rock are sick of your fucking guts.
There's a reason why people hate my guts, boy. Because I'll say the fact. I don't give a fuck. As soon as I posted what I felt about Spider-Man on Twitter, you saw how I got attacked immediately.
Hey, y'all, you know what? Don't get me wrong, y'all, but they haven't learned their lesson yet. They gonna still go out there and buy that trash. They have not learned their lesson yet.
Nope. And Tuck, you're right. They haven't learned once they get done, they'll be like Unlimited Production. I'm still waiting for any of y'all in this podcast to be wrong. Once they finish playing this game, I'll be back to talking about Xbox again and Starfield. Like Starfield has lived rent free in y'all heads since September, since the drop. No, Starfield been living rent free in their heads since it was announced that it was only going to be on Xbox. So it's and listen. As far as Spider-Man is concerned, games have bugs in them, but don't try to sit here and tell me that this shit right here is a masterpiece. Yeah, the city looks great because Insomniac basically they cut their tooth on the Xbox One with the Sunset Overdrive. They cut their teeth on that. He about to explain to you where this engine came from. The city looks fantastic. The textures look fantastic, but so does Unreal Engine 5. But like I've been playing Spider-Man. You and I have been playing Spider-Man since we was kids. You was a little Puerto Rican kid in the Bronx, and I'm a little fucking black kid in West Philly. We was playing fucking Spider-Man, fighting the Green Goblin.
Didn't say he was was Puerto Rican. They said he was Cuban.
Cuban. They changed my nationality, and I didn't even ask to change it. That's fucked up.
Yeah, man. Next they'll say he bought Dominican, knowing that Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are natural enemies. But anyway, the Xbox community baffles me. I don't get why is it that every time a dying company releases a game, y'all lose your minds. And Spider-Man, this would be like me losing my mind over a fucking Batman game. Like, guys, I gotta tell you something. This new Arkham Asylum game is something you've never played before. Like, nigga, we've been playing Batman games forever. It's why Limited Production said he's tired of Batman. And eventually I had to fucking agree with him.
And that's why he said, he said he loved the Gotham Knight because it was coming from the perspective of the other characters.
Yes.
Something different.
You got to switch things up, man. But anyway, Xbox is in such a good place, man. And to see guys like D-Botch and these guys I saw on Instagram earlier bitching, well, you know what? This is Xbox's answer for Spider-Man, and earning these games going to be in Game Pass. Like, I don't get it.
Xbox doesn't even have to acknowledge that Spider-Man exists. That's where they are now.
Let me say, sorry to cut you off there, but I gotta say this. Fuck you, entitled gamers. Fuck the fact that no matter what happens, you guys bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan. Like, listen, this is the reason I came to the conclusion that y'all don't like games, right? Because I've never seen a community get what they want all the time, and instead of being like, man, that was good, and going on to the next great game, instead y'all say nonsense like, this is your answer to Spider-Man. Why the fuck would Xbox answer to Spider-Man? Look what's on screen. They're making money. The brand is successful. Matter of fact, it's so successful they own Bethesda and Activision now as well, right? And let's not forget, Satya Nadella just did confirm today that they're still doubling down on gaming, right? So
wow.
What is the answer to? Listen, an answer to Spider-Man is a question nobody at Microsoft's asking themselves. They're not sitting there. They are not sitting there in a board meeting saying, "Hey, man, Sony just released Spider-Man. What are we gonna do?" Instead, it's like, "What's our next acquisition? What game's coming out next year? What's the next Game Pass?" Hey, Phil, I spoke with this developer the other day. They were seeing what's the wait list for Game Pass. That's the questions they're asking. And so the fact that y'all are so ungrateful that you just can't for 5 minutes just take a breath and enjoy something. You're always on this hyper defensive fight mode for some reason over a battle that's already won. You know what I'm saying? This is the equivalent of the Union soldiers still going to fight in fucking South Carolina in 1866 when the war was over for a year.
Thank you. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. I want you and Jeb to get your shotguns. I know there's some weapon families somewhere. Goddammit.
Yeah.
Listen.
Get mush mouth and Urban Plus over here.
Unlimited.
Let me finish.
We're going to sniff them out. We're going to sniff them out. Unlimited. Let's get your guns and get your horses saddled up.
Exactly. The war is over. Xbox has won.
Listen,
y'all should ask the reverse question. What can Sony do to combat Starfield? Can combat Game Pass? Can combat Forza? Because they're the ones with no answers. Here's the thing.
Starfield.
We got on Xbox. We got a long list of games that are in development. We got games we know is coming next year, this week, tomorrow, and everything in between. Right. So the fact that that's why it baffles me that anybody in this community is even remotely upset, because you got an unlimited resources of games. Something that if my 10-year-old self had Game Pass as a kid, I wouldn't have graduated from school, because that's what I'd be fucking doing, right? But the point is to bring it all together. Then I'll pass the mic over to Hebot and then Zinc afterwards. But hold on, Tuck. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. But to wrap it all up together, man, and put a little bow on it. Listen, when Xbox won this generation in September 2020, when Phil put out a tweet that they bought Bethesda, it was over then. Every single thing that's happened in 3 years since has just been overkill, right? There's no console war, because a war means that there are two sides fighting for a goal. But Xbox has literally already won. They make the most money. They can own the big publishers. They
took Call of Duty from y'all.
Yeah, they took Call of Duty from y'all. They got 60-70% of the subscription market. What other fucking more do you want? You know what I'm saying? So this idea that they need an answer to Spider-Man pisses me off as much as that phrase I was getting on Day about earlier of this game isn't for everybody. Go fuck yourself, right? At this point, not you, Day. You know I love you.
Unlimited, a character they don't even own. They got to split the profits with Disney.
Yes. Exactly. So listen. So please stop. So don't ever come here. Listen, chat. Don't ever come here again. And if anybody ever comes in this chat or in this podcast and say that there's a war going on, I want you guys to get on their ass immediately, right? Because there is no war. They're not even fighting the same fucking fight no more. Right. This is a battle that's been over for 3 years now, and every single day since has been a victory lap for Xbox gamers. And hell, just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers right here. Since 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, they're literally their highest revenue years. Literally the highest in company history. Oh, and this for a brand that's been around for 20 years. So don't tell me you can't tell me nothing at this point, right? Because we got the game, we got so much on Xbox, guys, that there is nothing there. Listen, there isn't a single move Sony could do that could combat this. And since that's the case, you know, that's why I just enjoy everything now, because what is Sony going to do? Sony's just wait. We're just waiting for that fucking for the for the when they're for the last heartbeat, right? So it could go beep, and we finally just like, oh shit, like I mean, somebody pulled the plug on that company already. I mean, Jim Ryan's quitting. They're firing.
Jim Ryan got fired.
It's already.
They fired Jim Ryan. They fired the other lady that was the name about. They
Connie Booth. They fired. They walked Sean Layton out the door.
Yep.
In handcuffs.
Listen, they kicked out everybody but that pedophile who's looking at 15-year-olds.
That nigga still got a job.
Still working.
And with that, we're going
Unlimited ain't shit.
Yeah, we're going to start wrapping it up in a minute. But Hebot, man, what did you want to say? Hebot, Zinc, and Tuck.
No, Dia could have my turn. I've been talking enough shit today.
No, their days are honestly based on what's going around the ramblings. It's they're numbered, dude. They're in big time trouble. When they're saying that people are getting fired left and right and that nobody's reporting on it, because David Jaffe said that people and places like Kotaku, IGN, they all know. They all know what's going on.
I'm tired of you. You skipped your boy Paul Tassi. He hasn't reported about it either.
Paul Tassi's another one. I'm pretty sure he says that they know, but they haven't said nothing because they want to know 100% that if it's true. And if he knows, trust me, they know. Okay, they fucking know.
Have you heard the scuttlebutt in the street with the Sony fans have been saying the last few weeks? Xbox is going out of business in 2027.
Yeah, because what happened, Pete Puerto Rock, my Puerto Rican brother Puerto Rock that has like mental disorder, right? He said that because what happened is, which is another proof that this is just the beginning of the ass whooping, because Starfield supposedly rung up the Game Pass numbers.
There's no supposedly. It's on screen right here.
Well, I don't know how much it was. The numbers.
What Unlimited do?
Yeah, there's a bunch of subscribers that came just from Starfield alone. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is, if Starfield did that, this is the beginning of the ripple effect. Because what you think is going to happen when other things like a Valve,
Call of Duty,
like the Call of Duty being first on Game Pass, like fucking Contraband, like that fucking Perfect Dark, the next Morrowind, fucking
Satya
Indiana Jones,
World of Warcraft today.
Right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So all those numbers for all those games and big beloved titles like the next Doom, right? All them titles are always going to have an effect on Game Pass. Mm-hmm. It's just going to grow and grow and grow. And Starfield just proved it. Because it was a big behemoth, people wanted to play it and they got Game Pass. Whether they played it on their tablet, on their PC, that's none of my fucking business. They're playing it. That's the whole point. They subscribed. They bought the game. The game sold physically 6 million copies, which is more than even Spider-Man. And it's on Game Pass.
He bought. We are not hating on y'all PlayStation fans. We're just trying to help y'all get over the delusion the same way that the North helped the South get over their delusion.
Look, at this point,
it was called Reconstruction. Look, we're going to help y'all rebuild, but shut the fuck up. Okay.
Right. At this point, they need to just enjoy the games they got, because there's not going to probably be a lot more after, and their days are numbered. So it's either you're going to play on an Xbox or you're not playing anymore, because once Sony's done, it's done. It's a wrap.
They can't. They according to what I was told, Spider-Man is better than everything you just mentioned. Call of Duty now. They hate Call of Duty. They hate Call of Duty. So let them play
Spider-Man for the next 15 years. I'm pretty sure they'll get tired.
Call of Duty is trash. Starfield is trash. Indiana Jones is trash. Crash Bandicoot is trash. Everything they loved yesterday, hate today.
Every title that they used to tout when they thought it was a Sony title is now trash.
Yeah, Yakuza is trash. Outer Zinc, everything is trash now.
Yeah, Sega ain't shit though. I don't like what they did. The motherfuckers are bastards, assholes. Fucking putting the fucking arcade version of Daytona in that fucking next Like a Dragon game, and that's the only way you can play it. You motherfuckers, get out of here.
Yeah. Whoa. It's almost like
Sega is putting for the first time the arcade version of Daytona 2. which you know that game was one of the favorites, right?
I guess I gotta buy Like a Dragon now.
They're putting it in
It's
Like a
done.
Dragon,
They got me.
and that's the only way you can play it. So I'm like, oh,
I'm gonna buy it.
It's as if the Japanese are allergic to making money. They don't want nothing to do with making no goddamn money. Them, Namco, Sega, like, no, we don't want to make any money.
So now you'll see. I'm pretty sure the new Like a Dragon it'll do well because of
Others ain't buying it. I don't care what the price is.
Well, I didn't care about buying it. Now I want it because I'm on Daytona.
I gotta play Daytona.
You see how Xbox was smart about 6 years ago and said a Master Chief collection? And that shit sold like fucking hotcakes.
Mm-hmm. So well that everybody's doing it now.
Yeah.
Everybody's imitating it. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's imitating it. Yeah, man. So, bro, like I don't understand why they're so big. Look, and the bottom line is this: if Spider-Man was so great, they would not be talking on our fucking podcast.
It's just the gaming is just so crazy. For them, it's crazy. For them, the can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Because he wants to wrap up. The haters of Xbox is crazy for them, but I'm having a blast. I can't even finish all these games, but I'm gonna damn sure try. Shit, I mean, man, we got it great over here, guys. Juicon drops next week. This is ridiculous. Game Pass has just lost their minds. But listen, I'd rather have Game Pass than not have it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm with you there. Hey, Tuck, you got anything else to add?
Dave could have mine.
The chitlins and hot pork rinds got them. So
yeah.
Hey, that's all right. We're going to start wrapping it up there, guys. Thank you for joining us on this fantastic show. You know, it was absolutely fantastic, man. I'm glad E-Rock and Hebot was able to come in eventually as well, because they added a lot of passion, a lot of fire to the show as well. Dale was spectacular as always. She really killed it with our first topic. Sega Man was here earlier and he was excellent. You know, and you know, Zink always brings it and say what's up. So we're going to call it a night there, guys. Thank you for joining. You guys enjoy the rest of the week. If there's any more gaming news, I sure will be back. So I got a lot of free time at the moment, you know. And if any other panel member could join, that'd also be great. But yeah, guys, keep enjoying gaming. It's fantastic on Xbox, and we are out.
Peace.